All right, we are encoding. Hello, everybody.
Encode the ish? The ish out of it?
What? I have no idea. Fish?
I don't know actually if it's a common way of censoring yourself from saying the S word, but it's what my cousin and I used to say growing up.
Oh, sure. Like flipping the middle finger under the table and laughing while your mom didn't see, kind of thing.
That sounds extremely specific, but you painted a beautiful picture. I felt like I was there.
You felt like you were there. Hello, everybody. Hi, welcome, everyone.
Chat, clip that.
Happy end of 2025. Happy holidays. Happy New Year. Happy Hanukkah, Christmas. Holidays. Everything and all of them. Happy.
Have you lost Wham Miss yet?
What?
Wham Miss?
Whammas?
Whamageddon. There you go. Have you lost Whamageddon yet?
I don't know what that is. What's Whamageddon?
You and your friends or you and your family try and go the longest without hearing Wham's Christmas song.
Which one is Wham? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So kind of like the I don't know how to explain the episode of Seinfeld politely, but like the episode of Seinfeld where, honor code, you have to get in touch with the people and let them know when you're out.
Gotcha. Okay. Honestly, the what was the Beach Boys? That one is my curse song. I do not like that song at all.
I struggle with the Beach Boys. The only time I like them, I have a similar thing with Beach Boys that I do with ABBA, that it just sounds like something you would listen to if you were in a cult. So I only like the Beach Boys when they're utilized in like horror films.
You're not Santa Claus, the real Santa. It's like, how did this happen? Who let this happen? Like I get the one about the hippopotamus because that's like sung by a child, but I'm pretty sure the Beach Boys were grown ass men.
Well, that's another part of the reason I struggle with the Beach Boys is that for most of their career, they were in fact not boys.
Well, neither were the Beastie Boys, but they don't bother me.
They get away with it for reasons I cannot articulate because I've never thought about it for longer than 5 seconds. There's an edge to the Beastie. The Beastie Boys have they've got an edge to them, so I feel like they can pull off having boys in their title in a way that when you're as soft as the Beach Boys, it's just kind of creepy.
Yeah, there's an ironicness to it maybe that allows for such things.
Yeah.
Well, welcome everybody. Hope you all had
articulated ourselves now. Congratulations, everybody.
I had a full weekend of rapping and all that good stuff.
I did Christmas with my parents yesterday.
What?
They're still coming for Christmas, but our cousins have, for the past 2 years, demanded Secret Santa.
Okay.
Which I think is the dumbest shit ever, and I hate it, and I'm a big grump about it, and I've told my cousins they're dumb to their face.
The ones with a single child, right?
That doesn't narrow it down because I have 2 cousins, and now they both have single children. This is what happens. You have kids, and you no longer want to buy anyone gifts, but you still want your kids to get all the gifts. So you declare Secret Santa so that you can get away with only buying one gift for everybody.
Knowing full well everyone's going to buy that's dastardly.
I 100% believe this is what happens because I spend so much money on presents for kids now that it's because the kids are not part of the Secret Santa, Kyle.
Right, they're excluded.
You're still expected to bring a gift for every fucking child, and a breeder's gonna breed.
Yeah, that's because I like Makesmas. I'm a big fan of Makesmas, where everyone gets a Secret Santa, but you have to make them something under a certain budget.
Oh, that's even worse. You're giving everyone a project. You've given everyone homework. You've given everyone additional work to do in addition to the already busy holidays. That's actually significantly worse. So never mind. I now feel thankful for my family.
Well, sure. This was a very popular and fun thing to do in our 20s. We do not do it anymore because we are far too busy. But I did like it at the time. It was also a great way to stretch a budget. Making someone a mouse pad with an image on it was a lot cheaper than getting something they might really, really want. You know, making them a t-shirt, making them a funny t-shirt, all that kind of thing. It was an easy way to keep it under $20, but still have some surprise and delight to it.
I do like the surprise and delight, as you know.
Check out this one.
What?
This hasn't been wrapped yet, but okay, everyone, this is, check it out. This is for the 6-year-old.
Dude, that's like classic style.
It is. Yeah, it's classic Megatron cool. There.
Oh, okay. Hey, I can continue this. There's no way your kids are watching, right?
No.
Also, I think you have a little monitor at the very bottom of your frame or something.
A little monitor?
I think look at your camera. There's a little something blurry at the bottom of your camera.
Oh, I thought you meant like a actual like digital monitor, like a.
Yeah. So, you said that your kids are really into turtles.
Mm-hmm.
So also all my cousin's kids are now really into turtles. So everybody's getting turtles this year. And I found this set that are new toys. But look at this shit, man. I got myself one.
Oh, hell yeah. Those are old school. Nice.
So, yeah. They are new. Their shells open up and you can store all of the accessories in them.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Like, storage.
Oh, shit, this rules. So they're a little more posable than the old ones. But I liked it so much I bought myself Donatello.
Nice, dude. Those are awesome.
So yeah, that's going to get hung in here somewhere. That is the first action figure I ever got, by the way, was a Donatello. So I have a strong affinity for and an extreme nostalgia for that packaging.
Donatello's good. Toy. He does machines, you know. You can't go wrong doing machines.
Yeah, so I got, because you said Ian likes Leo, so he's getting a Leo. I got him a Mikey for Flynn.
Sick.
My cousin's kid's getting a Raph, and then my other cousin's kid getting a plush Raph because he's real little.
Good call.
He's real little.
Good call. Oh, hell yeah, man. That's awesome. Thank you for participating.
Yeah, man. I'm going to actually need to wrap those before I come over tomorrow so I can give those to you.
Yeah. Tomorrow, by the way, is the charity stream event. Please join us starting at noon Eastern time for Charity Obscure. I'm just getting thumbnails here so I can put them on screen.
Sick.
Yeah, let's see. What's oh yeah, here we go. So noon is going to be Fighting Simon for charity. Extra Life is our charity for the year. So we don't touch the funds. You know, straight where it goes, reputable thing, all that kind of thing. We're supporting Shrans Children's Hospital in Gainesville. Really delightful hospital. We got to tour last year and really excited to be a part of that. And then in the evening, we're going to be doing Final Fantasy 14 for charity again. We'll be back. We'll go offline briefly for dinner and then come back. And we'll be joined by Jesse and Joe Cat for some Final Fantasy 14. And
I'm trying to find our short URL because I forget. It's bit.ly/GG Extra Life 2025. It's there now if you want to go. You can do that.
Yeah.
But tomorrow, we're streaming all day, starting at noon. We're going to try and beat Simon in Expedition 33. Have you leveled at all, Kyle?
No, I haven't looked up anything about it.
Oh, then we're probably in trouble.
We have the tower, though, and no one says we have to do it on expert for the children.
I mean, we should at least try.
We should at least try, but yeah.
For the lulz.
We've got the tower, which is a gigasource of Lumina points. So we've got some options. I think we should probably maybe just start with a tower as a warm-up, just to, reacquaint ourselves with the game before heading to the drafts and all that kind of thing.
All right, hold up. You are so much warmer than me.
I can be less warm, like there. Be a little more on your level.
I was gonna try and match you.
Man, that's gonna be a lot of fun. This is the final podcast of the year. That'll be my final stream of the year. I'm really excited to get a big old break. It's a crazy thing, loving your job, working your dream job, and still knowing in the back of your mind, I need to go away for a little bit. I just need to refresh.
It's still work.
I'm going to destroy this room. I'm so excited about that. I just, new room, new me. I love changing up my room, so gonna be changing it up a bit. I just got everybody says, isn't it gonna be great when the kids are in school, nobody knows about modern homework. And there is so much of it in kindergarten. It has been absolutely insane. Plus, you may have seen our schedule change over the year. We went from streaming late on Thursdays, which was usually me getting up around 6 a.m. and then taking a big old nap from about 2 to 4, sometimes noon to 4, in order to survive that late night stream because of the littles in my life. I got a 1-year-old, I got a 3-year-old, and I have a 6-year-old. And then we changed the schedule with like 2 weeks left. It took us so long to beat Howling Blade that we had 2 weeks left basically until school started. And at that point, any sort of like sleep in days rotation for Kristen and I went completely out the window. It used to be like, you do these nights, I'll cover these nights, but you get to sleep in the morning, all this kind of thing. And with school and buses and all that, just, oh my God, it has been the craziest year. I've never been more sick more consistently in my life.
Congratulations, your child is going to school.
Yep, it is.
Surprise.
Like, I know that the end of the year is this insanely artificial thing that we kind of made up. Like, today or yesterday was the first day of winter. It's so ass. But man, I'm looking forward to just that little mental reset of just being like, I did it. I did 2025. It was just so freaking crazy as a parent of 3. Just nuts. Kindergartens have so much. There's no sharing. There's no bring your toy to work. There's no nap time. Kindergarten is intense. It's amazing. It's a feat. He's got homework. He's got math packets. It's absolutely insane the things that kids are expected to know in kindergarten. I'm extremely proud of him. I made up an award for that later. I'll brag later. But ooh-wee. Oh man, I'm excited for to just run the daycare for a bit and get a breather.
I am excited to not be home at 7 on Thursday.
Sure. Yeah, that's a nice break. Nice break for yourself.
Yeah. I know.
We went
the nights
hard
were
this
hard
year
for you, but it's inverted for me now. Thursdays are rough. Thursdays be rough, y'all.
Nah, dude. Thank you for your adaptation. I know we usually get mushy at the end of the podcast, but thank you for your adaptations over the last year as my life got turned upside down.
I have very little patience for everyone's children. Everyone in my life is more inconvenient because of kids.
Yeah, true.
And it's I've realized it at Christmas. I'm like, oh, that's why everything is constantly changing and inconvenient.
It's it's all temporary. It's all extremely fulfilling. Obviously, talking about kids in a modern era with my fellow millennials is a haphazard subject because you have to be so careful about what you say because the childless are very easily offended for children's behalf. But
I think we assumed parents would be cooler in our generation, but you just become parents for the most part. It's really no different than the old fuddy-duds that we grew up with because you have to become responsible. There's really no way around it.
Yeah.
And at the same time, it it was a choice.
Absolutely. No, and I think that's the responsibility. It's just the responsibility of anyone who wants to be considered cool or a good parent or, be loved one day to just not complain about your kids. That's a good first step.
That's another one of those things of like, I bet I won't see nearly as much complaining about being a parent. No, there's like an entire cottage industry of content creators making shorts about how hard it is to be a parent. You're like, yeah, but you're pretty much picking up litter you put there.
Yeah.
No one's really feeling sorry for you.
Sure. The adaptation of your friends is a tough one because you're just so exposed to it day in and day out. I think the other issue is we all, hit 30 and we're all different people with different schedules. So
our generation went through, became the HOA during COVID, man. I don't know what it is, but millennials learned what pearl clutching was in 2020, and they are off to the pearl clutching races.
Oh yeah, that does it.
Our generation has not been okay since 2020. I think it was one historical event too many. And we became the PTA board that year. And it has been difficult for me to adapt to. I'm just like, when did you all become When did we become the ones asking for parental advisory stickers? What the heck? We grew up with South Park. How the hell do they afford those pearls? I didn't say they were real pearls. I didn't say they were authentic. They could be fake. It's how many times have we watched the Waynes be gunned down in the alleyway with the pearls? We just have so many extra pearls from how many times Batman's been rebooted.
Right? Like that's why I don't clutch my pearls, because I know what happens to them. They explode off the chain and bounce on the ground, and then you're like, "Is that actually Jack Nicholson?" This is really confusing.
Actually, is it?
No,
it doesn't look like him.
No, it's just some guy. It always bothered me as a kid. I was always super confused by, "Come on, Jack, let's go." And then they even called him Jack. So I was like, I just don't.
Oh, right.
I just don't get what's going on.
That was, well, I didn't understand actors at the time. So, I didn't know who Jack Nicholson was when I was watching that first Tim Burton Batman. So it didn't matter. It was irrelevant. Oh, man. Love Scourges, thanks for the sub over on Twitch. Appreciate you. Also, you were blowing everyone's mind that there's homework in kindergarten.
Yeah, I was.
You've already blown my mind with it. I was aghast at this, but this is old news for me, because I'm extremely up to date on what's going on with yo kiddos.
It just made no sense. It was completely shocking. I still haven't recovered from it.
Kid London, hey, thanks for the Merry Christmas. You have one too.
Thank you, Kid.
We're also getting a Merry Christmas from Kotar. Appreciate you. Pins and Neil said, you're getting old when you're happy to have work on the 1st of January, so you have a legit reason to leave the New Year's party early. I just never go to a New Year's party. That's how I enjoy my New Year's.
I liked them in Chicago with public transit. But that was also a long, long time ago. I think we set an alarm now and usually fall asleep on the couch.
We still make it to midnight. That's to flip it on. Let's start making fun of extremely obvious things for childless people. Surprise, surprise. It's not hard when you don't have a kid to make it to midnight. Just no surprise that's happening. But yeah, no, I still enjoy New Year's. I've done my annual splurge, Kyle.
Mm-hmm.
Every year, because I don't know any other more efficient way to do this. I pay for 1 month of YouTube TV, mostly so I can watch the ball drop on whatever channel that's on every New Year's.
Oh, okay. I was confused by what YouTube TV is, but now I know. So
YouTube TV is like actual TV, like where you get like cable stations and that kind of stuff. Because it is easier to turn that on and off than like getting a cable box from my ISP just to have it for 1 month. So, yeah. Which I don't know if you've looked at the price of that now, man, but oh my God, TV's ridiculous.
Wait, what? A TV or what? What are we talking about?
Well, no, like to actually get cable.
Oh, I don't.
Although
know.
I guess if you have all the streaming stations, it's actually cheaper. But I don't do that. I usually have like 2 or 3 max going at one time.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
It's been a lot, but yeah, I did it. Actually, I ripped it yesterday, which is earlier than usual because my folks were coming over, and I was like, "Dad probably wants to watch the Bucks game because this is their last chance to make it through the playoffs." They lost, by the way. So it was a whole thing. So yeah, this is my boomer thing. I think I'm getting nostalgic for cable. We just had it on yesterday while we were decorating. And I'm just like, I kind of miss the day where you just like throw a channel on and like, as I'm getting old, dude, I don't want to make decisions.
You just let it happen.
Streaming is so active. It's like, what do I want to watch next? And like, I hate leaving YouTube running because I'm like, what if it starts playing something I want to actively watch and then it doesn't show up in my recommended for me because it thought I watched it.
Well, like, you hear about that all the time, like the impact of your show's too smart. No, you need to repeat information more. This needs to be second screen content. And I think that's what TV did so well. I definitely have a number of things I don't get through fast because I want to pay attention. Like we tried to do rapping while watching a documentary the other night, and we're like, this isn't gonna work. we can't concentrate on Ken Burns and rapping at the same time. Give up. Find something else.
I was listening to the car podcast that I like. I was listening to the Smoke and Tire podcast while I rapped this year. I was all right. Why would you rap during a documentary spelt like the music genre? Well done. Well played, Werewolf. Well played. Paying the piper, super. Last money break of 2025. Speaking of gifts, work does White Elephant, where everyone participates, bringing one gift for blind exchange. There's always enough booze in those gifts to stock a bar. Yeah, man. That's the other thing my fam does. My fam does that I'm a total grump about because no one gets anything fun. Like, it's all... Like, I remember doing White Elephant, like, with work back in the day, and it was a blast. Because it was shit like booze and stuff. And now... no one wants to do White Elephant with their parents. Like, there's nothing fun in that.
Yeah, no. Grandparents are so much easier because you just like get them nice framed pictures of the kids already in a frame, you know?
Dude, my mom filled an entire photo album with our Japan trip from photos.
Wow. She printed them out and everything?
Dude, yeah, she got it all printed like at the Walgreens or whatever. Like she handed us this album, the whole thing is filled.
Oh, that's like, always a fun gift.
It was so freaking sweet. And she framed the picture of us in the bamboo forest. And she was like sheepishly giving it to, because they gave us like every year, they for like 3 years now, they've given us a pretty nice gift card to freaking Ruth's Chris, like the fancy steakhouse.
Oh, cool.
Because like a couple years ago, they're like, you guys are the worst. You give us no freaking ideas. We don't know what to get you. Just go out to a nice dinner. And we've never been to a Ruth's Chris in our life. And because they're horribly expensive. And we went and we were like, holy shit, this is amazing. So we had like a rave review from my parents. And so now every year they get us one of those.
Easy.
And yeah, so they gave us that. And I don't know, my parents still like, man, dude, we're almost 40. And they still like, love getting us gifts, and I think it's the sweetest thing in the world. But like, yeah, my mom was like sheepishly like, yeah, it's nothing crazy this year, and I'm like, Mom, I love it. Like, I was so touched with all the photos that she got framed in the album. It was just the sweetest damn thing, and it was also just legitimately surprising. Like, I didn't think she had. I don't know. I love photos, and I never think to print my own damn photos out. So, because it just doesn't. I don't know. It's not like back in the day where that was your only choice to see your photos.
Just putting them in a frame for somebody, because that's the worst part, is getting a photo or a poster and then not having a actual way to put it on the wall immediately. That's just asking to get bent and thrown in the trash at some point.
I love that you're talking about a photo, but dude, hearing "get bent" is so aggressive.
I meant it in the real, bending way. Can't say I've declared anything get bent in a long time.
That's what I say when I load up when it's time to rewatch Last Avatar or Last Airbender. I go get bent.
Nice. Well done.
It's time to get bent. Well, it's time to it's time for this podcast to get bent. Let's send it out, dude. Let's freaking end this thing. You ready to do the pod?
2025, last podcast of 2025.
All right, let's do it. And for the sake of the folks listening and recording, all right, everybody, it's the end of the year. It's 2025. Let's get this thing going. Final podcast. Welcome back.
Woo.
It's the GG podcast. I'm Garrett. He's Kyle. Woo! 2025. What a freaking year.
We made it.
If YouTube changes one more time, don't
move any
become
buttons.
A hill person.
Just don't move any buttons.
You will never see me again. I will disappear it'll be over.
Hey, on that front, I think it's going to be a really cool beginning of the year because so many creators are just taking the time off. A lot of us would work through the holidays. Ad revenue is lower, but a lot of people be like, no, there's a nice captive audience. I know many.
Ad revenue is, that's putting it lower. That's putting it lightly. Ad revenue is the worst it ever is all year, with the exception of, for us very specifically, like March this year was actually worse.
in like content creator sphere, though, the exposure, I know a lot of creators who always work during the holidays, and this is probably the record number of creators who are just like, nope, this year was too much. I'm out for 2 weeks. Have my final video. I'm done. And I think it's going to be a good 2026.
I'm on the opposite. I don't know. No one I like watching makes stuff during the holidays. Like absolutely no one. So that's just kind of the norm for me. I mean, we usually take a little bit of time off too. So
Dungeon Tube usually goes pretty hard. D&D YouTubers, they usually go hard during the holidays.
That's like peak cozy vibes.
Gamers, streamers, a lot of people keep going pretty hard. And yeah, I think we're all reeling a little bit after a big year in the creatosphere. Too much. You could, read some old Patreon posts. They're all free newsletters. You can go over to supportourbrandmans.com and read everything that's happened this year. I'm here to celebrate.
We talked a lot about it at the beginning of our Final Fantasy IV finale stream last Thursday, just kind of how the year went. So if you want a little peek into the best parts of our year and the scariest parts of our year, go watch the beginning of that stream. we got into it, but the cliff notes are, holy crap, thank you for the support, everybody, because we had some terrifying months, multiple, and they weren't next to each other, which I don't know if that's better or worse, Kyle.
it was a year.
We had 2 moments this year where it felt like YouTube was actively trying to kill us. So thank you for the support, everybody, particularly on the Patreon. I will not be cutting this out because I even want folks that are listening on the Patreon feed to hear it. We legitimately mean it. This is not a plug. This is honest to God, from our soul, gratitude. You kept us alive this year. So thank you for the support, everyone. And that also extends to extraneous things on other platforms like YouTube and Twitch. If you go out of if you could do anything, beyond hell at this point, if you watch without ad block, I want to thank you. But
yeah.
if you member or you sub or you've ever sent in a super, like seriously, thank you, because those are all things that the algorithm does not affect. So thank you for the direct support. We really freaking appreciate you all. But we also appreciate the things that kicked ass this year. It is the last podcast of the year, and if you are a regular listener of the Grinding Gear podcast, it is time for the Grindys. The Golden Gears, the best of 2025, whatever you want to call it. This is our final official podcast recording of the frickin' year. So we're going to be talking about our favorite things of the year, from gaming to movies to TV shows to the favorite time Kyle cussed. That's not actually a category, but maybe we should make it one for next year.
I agree.
Yeah. You don't cuss as much. When Kyle drops an F-bomb, he means it.
Or I'm sick. But anyway, it's been enough of a year for that. I'm good. All right, let's do it. Let's do the Grindys. Oh my God. Even the award season goes on and all its drama, but we're here to make our own. Let's start with best
movies and TV.
Best non-interactive long-form film.
What was your movie of the year, Kyle?
K-pop Demon Hunters, without a doubt. That thing.
Oh shit! I still haven't seen it.
Oh yeah, man, that thing came in like a wrecking ball. It absolutely destroyed hours and hours and hours of listening time on Spotify. We didn't even make the cut. Spotify Wrapped had 0 accolades for us, and knowing full well that every teenager on the planet probably had it on repeat more. But it was a force, an incredible film. Opened me up to K-pop in general, and how old we are to follow anything from Japan.
That tracks.
What about you?
I'm gonna give it to Andor season 2.
That was this year.
Oh wait, no, crap. That was no shit. That's my answer for the next category. Shit. Damn it. No, I'm gonna, dude. You should come on. You know what I'm picking for my favorite movie of the year.
Five Nights at Freddy Part 2. I don't know.
You are actively trolling. I haven't even seen that, and I have no plans to see it. If you're not gonna rate it R, I know you're wasting my time. No, I'm going to give it to Reze Arc. Man, Chainsaw Man movie.
Yeah,
That was the hypest shit I saw all year. Like full stop.
That's fair.
Like, I haven't watched an anime movie in a really long time. I enjoyed them enough when I was a kid, but they always felt like just long episodes with better production values. This was a film. It was an actual movie with the it's more of a 2-act structure. It has a structure more like Fury Road than anything else. It has a very distinct first act and extremely distinct second act. It is a true freaking like theater experience. It exceeded all of my expectations.
How much of that, if you have to add a % to the in Japan bias of it?
That's really just fueling the memory making of it all. Like it's that was really cool. But no, like I'm a movie geek. Like it's an actual movie. It is not just a long episode. So that's the staying power of it for me. There's a reason if no one can see it anymore. But if you could see my Twitter likes, 70% of shit I've been liking for the last 2 months has been people tweeting about Reze Arc. And none of those tweets are about people talking about how wonderful it is to watch it in Japan. It's about what happens in the movie.
Fair enough. Well, I mean, that goes to the next category, which is Best Extra Long Movie, so they made it a TV show.
Surprise, surprise, it's Andor Season 2.
So that did come out this year.
That did come out this year. Yes, it was the greatest TV show of the year and maybe the greatest thing in the history of Star Wars. It might be the greatest Star Wars product ever made. It was
May.
Spring?
It was May, yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was spring.
That feels like forever ago.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it was exceptional. Truly exceptional. Like all I've ever wanted from Star Wars. Get lightsabers out of here for once and actually stick to it. You bastards. And the bastards did it, man. They did it.
Damn.
It's absolutely great. I feel like it's heralding the end of Disney Plus being worth a damn as we hurtle toward AI generated content being the thing that they are promoting for the year 2026.
Well, it's a novelty for sure. I have no doubt about that. We usually do a subscription for Disney. We're not doing that this year, mainly because nobody likes movies. The Lils aren't into movies. Anyway, Dan to Dan is mine for pulling off the absolutely insane feat of making terrible, unlikable characters. And then 30 minutes later, you're like, no, I'm totally into this. I have never watched a show where I'm like, please stop adding characters more. And then just completely 180'd by the time the episode is done.
That's me in Jujutsu Kaisen, but I never 180'd.
You never turned around.
Please stop adding characters. And you're like, what if we added 4 more characters? And but it is like not finishing what's on your plate. The anime is Jujutsu Kaisen, but I pretty much liked every character in Dan to Dan the second I met them, except for Soccer Kid, and that was the fastest I've 180'd on a character all year. Yeah, because I love that guy. I don't know his name. I can't remember anyone's name in Dan to Dan. That's my problem with Dan to Dan, except Turbo Granny.
Turbo Granny's so easy.
Turbo Granny, I can remember. Also, I think Turbo Granny might be Katie's favorite anime character of all time. But yeah, I almost gave it to Dan, and then I remembered. Listen, Star Wars is my favorite thing ever, and Andor might be my favorite thing of Star Wars, which means Andor might just be my favorite thing ever. So that's why I ended up giving it my win for the year.
Well, we head into video games now. Surprise, it's so good of the year. Game category.
Yeah, you want to give yours for what's your surprise that's so good of the year game?
Monster Train 2.
Oh, damn.
More Monster Train. How could there be more? Is it actually just going to be a rehash? Why even bother making more? You put out a DLC. It wasn't that great anyway. How could you possibly? Oh, you just put out the whole first game and you doubled the content while still having the content in the first game with very enjoyable side challenges. It's an amazing game. It works absolutely insane on controller, which seems like one of the most miserable experiences you could think of, playing a card game on a controller. Like when I play Slay the Spire on my Steam Deck, I actually I claw the whole Steam Deck and poke it like a touchscreen because it's easier to play cards that way. But I actually Monster Train with joysticks. Incredible game. I was excited for it and I'm glad it delivered.
I'm glad, man. All I can think of right now is 2 trains is too many trains. 2 trains, too many trains.
It's a good quote. It's true.
It's all I could think of. I'd also like to thank Jesse for that clip because it's responsible for all of the new TikTok followers I've garnered over the weekend.
Nice. Thank you, Jesse.
Thank you very much. All right, you're going to boo me, but I got to give it to Expedition 33.
I don't think that's worth booing, man. Like, I think that is an excellent pick.
I can explain because this game we played it so late that I had absorbed so many recommendations to play it, and it still exceeded the lofty expectations I had for it.
That is a feat in itself.
It's just, dude. I've practiced some parrying over the weekend because I haven't played since we finished the main story, and we're doing Simon tomorrow. Listen, I've played a lot of turn-based RPGs this year. This is the best turn-based system I've ever experienced. It's just so much fun to play. And I don't usually like any sort of active turn-based thing. Like when I play turn-based, I want it to be straight turn-based because I want to cuddle up under a blanket, lay down on my couch, and relax. Like even what, 2 years ago, I remember getting Sea of Stars, being like, hell yeah, it's cozy time. And I was like, no, I have to do QTEs. I don't want to. But Expedition 33, it's just plain fun to play. It's so goddamn satisfying. I love it. It's great. And it has an amazing story.
I knew I was going to like the story. Oh, I knew I was going to like the combat, I should say. I was concerned about the amount of overcrying that was showcased as one of the main reasons to play the game.
Overcrying?
Like overcrying. You know, like everyone is saying they couldn't stop crying. And at that, it kind of takes the game from what is generally receivable to something more like akin to, I don't even know if this is true or not, but like Xenoblade or something. Like something's like so obscure that you have to be so deep, like One Piece. I couldn't stop crying during One Piece. And you're like, okay, I'll just live a different life then. Like, I guess I'll just have experiences for the last 20 years that allows me to be emotionally resonant with this product.
We absorb a lot of that. And I don't mean this as a dig. I'm just trying to explain like what it's like from our position in the corner of streaming that we exist in. There's something about, maybe it's a greater RPG audience, but there's definitely something about the Final Fantasy fans where like we get those messages so much about, you know, this made me cry, that made me cry, that I'm completely numb to it now, man. I don't read into it at all when people say something made them cry, because it's pretty much nonstop from the 14 audience.
Well, and
so like it just bounces off me.
And I'm such an easy mark for, you know, family and kids stuff in movies nowadays. Like, I can hardly, you know, watch Independence Day without being like, oh, you know, just like really simple shit gets you as a parent. But Expedition 33 just attacked in so many angles that it was actually the IGN meme, there's something for everyone to cry about. Like, there was actually, it wasn't one note. And I think that was the biggest surprise there. So I'll never boo your surprise of the year.
yeah, but I'm also just traditionally extremely difficult to make cry. It's like beginning of Up, and then like, I don't know, mom stuff. So. Sorry, Dad. I love you too, but people don't usually do sad dad stuff.
It happens. You should watch.
Sad dad stuff is really rare. The Guardians 2. It's part of why I like Guardians of the Galaxy 2 so much. Guardians of the Galaxy 2 as an adopted kid, it's hard.
That's an element. Yeah, I don't. So what's the one where like they're blue elves and they have an adventure and their dad is just feet?
I'm sorry. B in chat says Garrett's anime takes usually make me cry.
Oh well, we all.
I'm sorry. You must enjoy mid shonen. I'm sorry, B.
That doesn't make any. I don't even know what shonen means anymore. I'm so freaking lost. I looked that up the other day. I don't participate in your labels.
It's not a hard label to understand, man.
The Pixar one, yeah, like onward, forward, adventure. Was it Onward? That's an awful name. Anyway, that was a good dad cry.
Pixar has not been able to get me out of my house.
Really? Like Onward was the name of that? Oh, that name's ass. Oh,
Onward is an ass name.
Yeah, that makes no sense.
Yeah. It's Onward sounds like a free to play video game on my phone that's gonna make me watch an ad for an extra life.
Onwards. Shadow Realms. Yeah, it's awesome.
Anyway, Clash of Realms.
Best game that talked to me a lot, and I liked it. I guess we both put Expedition 33 here.
Yeah, it's gonna be a 33 Pete from me. There's not a narrative game I played this year that I liked more than Expedition 33. Just full stop. It's oh, you know what?
Yeah.
I might give it the Dispatch.
Oh, that did talk to you a lot.
I'm thinking about it right now. I wrote down Expedition 33 because it was just kind of like windmill. I went with my gut, but I'm thinking about it. I may have, dude. I might have a personal hot take.
Yeah.
I might like the entire story of Dispatch overall more than the entire story of Expedition 33.
I don't think that's shocking. Knowing you by one, that's like an easy out.
I respect Act 3 of Expedition 33, but I don't like Act 3 of Expedition 33.
I haven't done the due diligence of playing multiple endings of Dispatch. I am disappointed by the ending in Dispatch, and that took a lot of the power away from it. But otherwise, there were times where I found the gameplay less engaging, but I wanted to keep playing for the cutscene, and that is, I think, the very essence of this award. So I think you're onto something.
That's fair. It's part of what I'm really excited about next year. I cannot wait to get to the era of Final Fantasy where there were legitimate cutscenes. I'm excited to get to that point, even if they were PS1 era. Like I love that look anyway. It's fine. Even though I didn't grow up with a PS1, but you know what I did grow up with? Like the OG StarCraft. I love janky cutscenes. Let's go.
And for me, the essence of this award really goes to that I got to talk to everybody, and I may not like it at all times, but you know what? I want to make sure I absorb everything. And I might be a little over camping in terms of triggering things in video games. Like if I'm staring at Larian, my big request right now is just, please stop locking things behind camping. Sometimes I don't want to rest. Sometimes I don't need healing. I don't need to, but I'm always scared that I have to go camp so I can not miss a cutscene. So that, let's get over, just trigger things. Just trigger things. It's fine. Just, I'm walking along and then just trigger it right there. Make it happen.
I like chat right now going no blueprints. The category is game that talked to me a lot, and I liked it. Blueprints doesn't talk to me a lot. It talks to me very sparsely.
It is limited in its.
There's very little talking in Blueprints. A lot of reading.
Well, let's see what you think of the next game then. Oh no, never mind. This is best game that became a show, a show or movie, because there were very few shows this year.
There were a lot of adaptations. I think this was the worst year for adaptations since like the 90s, dude. This was a bad year for gaming adaptations.
But we got Fallout coming out, so I'm looking forward to that.
It's already out. It has started.
The brand new Fallout? Okay.
There's already 3 episodes out.
Oh, okay. So it's not all out yet.
Or 2. Yeah, we're 2 weeks. We're 2 weeks. Yeah, half the season will be done before we even hit the new year.
That'll be a good.
So it's technically season 2 is technically a 2025 show.
That'll be a good holiday thing.
Yes, as a matter of fact, it's my winner because everything else is terrible this year.
I'm giving mine to Minecraft.
I'm going to give it to Fallout. Oh God, you monster!
I'm giving it to Minecraft. Yeah, I got a house of 3 boys, and you can do worse than Minecraft in this house. Hell yeah. The songs are ridiculous. Granted, it did teach my child the word hell, which, hasn't really gotten him in trouble yet. But Steve's Lava Chicken, it's tasty as hell. Ooh, mamacita, yeah, you're ringing the bell, is a popular phrase in this household, along with the birthday song as sung by Jack Black and Jason Momoa. There are some fun things to have out of that movie, even if nobody really paid attention to the movie while it played.
Listen, Raphael yells "damn" in the original Ninja Turtles movie. That there's always one of those in your childhood.
Yeah, gotta learn it somewhere.
Well, I still have yet to watch it because that movie looks like a nightmare to me. But I'm glad. I'm glad your children have brainwashed you.
Just think about how ass those safari animals looked in Jumanji, and you'll be fine.
That's not. But
now the plant was practical effects. That thing was sick.
Yes, it's not that it's bad CG. It's that it's ugly. The whole movie just looks like a Mountain Dew box.
But yeah, but kids love gross out humor. They love Ninja Turtles. That it's just.
But Ninja Turtles is like a beautiful art style, and it was wonderfully art directed, and Minecraft looks like it was prompted.
Well, but it needs to not look like your grandma's cartoon. That does a lot of heavy lifting.
Listen, the kids deserve to be respected as well. Just because it worked, just because they were disrespected and it worked, doesn't mean it should be rewarded.
Best actual, I don't actually know, indie game.
It doesn't. It's not from this year, but I gave it to Vampire Survivors because I played so much Vampire Survivors. Vampire Survivors is amazing.
Okay, you do have a blueprints in here somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Because I
love Blueprints, but I wasn't allowed to play that much of it because I had to wait for you.
Yes, well, same here. I think
Blueprints was hamstrung because of the fact that we stream.
It was a wonderful, beautiful co-op game.
You can thank everybody who didn't watch Vampire Survivors the one time I streamed it for Vampire Survivors being such a played game, because I went, oh wow, no one cares about this. Sweet, I can play as much of it off stream.
That's very freeing. You gotta have independent projects. I heavily debated putting Blueprints here, but there is one I wanted to shout out more because we all know Blueprints exist, and that's He's Coming.
You have 2 here because somehow this got copy pasted and we have it twice and you have a different answer in each slot.
Oh, well then I probably answered it once, then came back and answered the second one a second time. I put He's Coming. He's Coming was my indie game of the year. Just as indie can look, just a wonderful RNG hellscape of which everyone complains after they have 30 hours in it. It was like $10. You're gonna go see Steam reviews and everyone's like, this game's ass. 60 hours played, right? Like, shut the hell up. It's an amazing game. It is so rewarding to finally get that item combo that beats the boss and then just be done with it. There aren't enough beatable games in this world, and He's Coming is one of those.
That's awesome. I still have no idea what that game is about, other than you just like to say coming a lot.
I do like that one. It is fun to say, but also, it's I don't even know how you describe it. How does Steam describe it? What are their tags on it?
What even genre? Like, when is it? A fantasy, sci-fi? Like,
it's fantasy. I
assume anything you play is fantasy, by the way.
Not everything. Okay. Strategy RPG, roguelite, roguelike, fantasy 2D are the tags. for this one. Deep in the forgotten corners of the world, a dark force stirs. The Demon King rises once more. Sharpen your wits, seek out powerful artifacts, and stand firm in the face of the apocalypse in this roguelite RPG auto battler.
That is just word soup, and I feel like I have no idea what the actual game is.
But walk around, pick up shit, put that shit on, and then you auto fight the monsters you run into and hope that you had a good combo of items that cause success.
Okay. All right, best jams and bangers. This is our music category. Kyle, what was your favorite music of the year?
Oh, this is I do think it could be cleaner. I do think it was a little muddy even. But Expedition 33, hands down.
What?
Oh yeah. There's sometimes just a little too much going on in that music for me to like put it on and jam to it by itself. But without a doubt, it was the best music of the year.
Okay, I agree. It's a 33-peat for me as well. It is the most I've probably ever just elected to put on a game soundtrack. The muddiness that's a wild take from you, dog. I don't agree with that, but
yeah, I like my music a little less busy. This is some busy ass music, but man, it's good. It's good stuff.
Huh. Okay. Yeah. I've listened to this soundtrack a lot. It's very good. All right. It's time for the brightest dumpster fire. The most fun that we had was something profoundly unfun.
I am so curious to hear what yours is.
Yeah, it's real short, isn't it? So for folks at home, a little behind the scenes, we just write this in a text document and then we black out like the Epstein files, what we write.
Wow, nice. Topical. Well done.
And Kyle's is like really long, and my answer for this is
baby
tiny.
short. Yeah.
It's like 4 characters. So what's do you want me to go first?
Yeah, let's see what your mystery is.
My award for the brightest dumpster fire is Xbox.
Oh, just all of Xbox.
Enjoyed reveling in the magnitude of how much Microsoft seems to be willingly sabotaging their own games division. It's hilarious. And to me, it really peaked with Costco having to put out a press release saying Xboxes are taking up space. We're going to stop selling them.
But everything's going to be an Xbox. It's going to be okay. You don't even need one, apparently.
When everything is an Xbox, is anything an Xbox? Is it, Kyle?
Why even bother owning them?
And Xbox is the last console I felt any sense of identity behind owning. Like the 360 was the last console generation that I had any like wear a t-shirt energy about. Like that was it, man. Like freaking I was an N64 kid, then I was a PS2 kid, then I was an Xbox 360 young adult. And since then, I just feel like consoles have kind of not mattered. I still enjoy having them, but like it's whatever. It's a means to an end. And so for the fact that you were the last console I ever gave a shit about, and this is the year you've had, you can't, like, there's no other reaction I can have but to like have fun with it, because it is a monumental ball drop. It's hysterical. The entire company is going down to flames as far as I'm concerned.
There are many topics we've covered this last year with some seriousness in our hearts. Some things we've discovered that are actually more serious to us than we thought they would be. Maybe something we could make a casual joke about, but ultimately we got into it like, ooh, I'm actually kind of personally invested. That kind of hurt me. I'm kind of getting upset right now. One I felt zero upset about was Nintendo Switch's Welcome Tour being on sale. That was the funniest shit of the entire year. $10 to get a tour of your damn Switch 2 is still one of the funniest things.
That is the most on-brand Nintendo nonsense.
It's so bad. It's just so ridiculous. Like, and like you could fathom it. That's like the best part is you kind of be like, well, maybe like, and not everybody needed it. So, if we're going to put it out for everybody, maybe we might as well make a few bucks because we know not everyone's going to click this thing. I mean, look what happened with Astrobot. There's a reason it's beloved. You could have done anything and you decided to make 10 extra bucks.
Astrobot is like a legitimately phenomenal game, and it was free. And the Welcome Tour is legitimately terrible, and they charged.
It's absolutely insane, and it really gave me a lot of perspective into the Pokemon drama that happened later in the year, and it just was a big old divide line of like, this is all a joke now, and I felt so free.
Yeah, I really recommend if you have the room in your life or a little extra room in your budget to visit any additional hobby, and gaming will make a lot more sense.
Yeah, that's true.
Because let me tell you, the stuff that makes you like feel like this is complete nonsense, disrespecting my time and my wallet, it happens in pretty much every other hobby.
Oh, it sure does.
As someone who loves live music, concerts have gotten, they're just beating us up. They are, if you go to concerts, they are active. It is a daily experience in willingly getting punched in the dick. And if you get floor tickets, it could literally also be an experience.
But you're into that. Yeah, that's why you got those after all.
No.
Isn't that what you wanted?
No.
Get in the pit.
Because let me tell you, the cost of concerts is too damn high, Kyle. It's too damn high.
At least Dispatch had some accurate movie ticket prices in it for once. Next up, Misconnection, the game that was passed for time. Something we probably wanted to play, but it just sort of floated on by.
Yeah. What's your winner for this year for Misconnections?
Hades 2. It's just sinful.
Oh,
it's just awful.
Yeah.
Like it's a embarrassment of riches. The idea of playing Hades when I know that I could go see Mom one more time and get even more and I still suck at the original. Like I'm not ready. I needed like another 10 years. And all I hear is it's just more of the same and good. If you want more Hades, it's more Hades. Sign yourself up. Not ready.
Yeah, I haven't. Again, I blame early access. Like I felt all the hype was already over and past by the time it released. Because I was like, I'll wait until it's actually out, and then I didn't even hear about it being out. I didn't hear anyone talking about it. I didn't all community experience was eaten in early access. So I was like, cool, I'll play this at some point.
I think that's the difference is like Silksong actually had the flash in the pan effect. Like it was so loud and so pervasive and part of everything and everyone was talking about it. But in the end, Hades might just win out in terms of longevity because people will just naturally gravitate towards the next one.
It's less actively hostile to the player too.
That is
than Silksong. But I gave this to as a fan of AAA third-person games that aren't Souls-likes. I'm giving this to Ghosts of Yotei because I really want to play that game, but I had no time to play that game, and I still haven't played Tsushima either, for that matter. But my understanding is there's minimal connective tissue between the two, so. Whenever I get to this, I'll probably just jump straight to Yotei.
A little tongue-in-cheek sometimes, this next award goes out to, whoops, forgot about that. Planned to play it, but whoops, forgot.
Donkey Kong Bonanza. Come on down and get your award.
Wow, and now you even bought the console and you missed out on
that one. Yeah. And like, it's one of the few things we've seen advertised a bunch, including while on a lot of trains in Japan. They were advertising the living crap out of Donkey Kong Bonanza. And Kane and I would be sitting there on our way to Shinjuku going, We really need to play that. We had so much fun with Mario Kart World this year. It's the most Katie and I have ever played a game together that wasn't WoW. Like, we just slammed Mario Kart World games. Got every trophy and every CC of both major race modes in doing playing together. And so we were looking for something else, fun that kind of had that Nintendo magic. And God, the amount of times we talked about Bonanza and then just never even bought the damn thing. Just kind of forgot.
It's the problem with those games is it always feels like it'll be there for you. It ain't going anywhere.
Yes. And the price is never going down, so you can buy it whenever you want.
Exactly. Part of that factor. Mine is Avowed. A game that I saw come and went, ooh, not really into mushrooms, but I like that style of game. And it just passed by with a whisper, easily forgotten. Sorry, Avowed. I think you will go down in history as one of those.
I think you're not into mushrooms positive. I'm not into mushrooms negative. I didn't like anything I saw from Avowed. It just completely like oil and water in terms of what I like from vibes of a game. I was just like, oh, I am negatively repulsed from this.
It was, it's immersive when it comes together and it's an organic experience. And I never heard that about Avowed.
Yeah. Alyssa's imploring us to play Hades 2. I will eventually. There'll be a day where I'm laying on the couch with my Switch 2 and nothing is scratching the itch, and I will go and install Hades 2. It will happen.
Best game we didn't play because we haven't played the original release or the part 1 of the remake yet.
I would like to make a slight adjustment to the wording of this.
Yeah.
Because I have played the original, but I haven't beat the original. And so my award for best game we didn't play because we haven't beat the original is a Silk Song. Because I have not beaten Hollow Knight.
Oh, it's it's miserable. Miserable positive experience. Truly beating Hollow Knight. Beating normal style, like just beat it and like be happy and don't ever look at the internet. You'll have a great time. It's a nice, very thorough straight line. But should you become possessed to beat the real version of the game, that is an undertaking.
Hornet is so cool. I am dying to be Hornet. But I've also died so much in Hollow Knight, I am in no rush to get to Silk Song.
This was my Ghosts of Yotei.
Oh!
I don't think you have to play the original to understand what's going on in this Ghost.
No, as Chat has pointed out, thanks to TP7, Yotei and Tsushima are 200 years apart.
Well, but the ghosts will be 200 years old. They'll be that much more ancient of ghosts, and they'll be that much more interesting.
I believe a person is the ghost because they're so good at killing people.
At the end of the first game, when the main character dies, spoiler alert, I don't know if that's true or not, and is a ghost in the second one and haunts Yotei, I wouldn't understand why that's happening.
I'm starting to understand why you're so disappointed so often, because your brain takes things and runs with them with no logic. And then when you actually get to the game and realize that it's a pretty straightforward historical game, you are disappointed that there's no ghosts.
Some people are always like, Kyle, your predictions are so ass. Sometimes they're not predictions, they're wishes. Wishes for what would have been better for me personally.
You're describing the entire internet. This is why the internet hates Star Wars, Kyle. Because a bunch of people never moved on from their extremely buff Luke Skywalker action figure into them that's peak Star Wars.
The shamefully didn't complete award, but tried award.
Blueprints, come on down. You finally are getting a nod from me. I loved Blueprints. I loved it. One of the best games of this year. Should have won more awards. But I didn't beat the damn thing.
I think
my birthday's coming up. I want to play Blueprints for my birthday.
I think Blueprints, our time with it was extremely valuable. Like tabletop gaming, all the friends were here, and every per second value was heavily increased. But the idea of just firing up a random run with no real plan just to see if you can go further, like a roguelite in general, would have been delightful. That game is so rich, whether or not you're going for the end. I just would love to play more. Mine's Warframe.
Give it to Warframe. Oh,
Warframe.
Okay.
Yep. Warframe is my shameful didn't complete. I really enjoyed that game. I want to play it more. It's in stream jail, which is a problem outside of, random farming and killing Jackal for the 100th time. But it does not make a good co-op game when it comes to the story. And that was a little bit of a stall out in this collective household.
I still don't like the way it tells its story. Kind of at all. I find being called uninteresting. We were just talking about playing for the cutscenes, and I'm like, this game needs cutscenes really bad. I hear it eventually gets cutscenes.
Yeah, and has more missions, but it very much Warframe, it seems like, despite its kind of multiplayer co-op roots, it's a Monster Hunter in that way. Like, it is way better to play it through in complete silence to yourself and then engage the greater community or engage the co-op features. So something, I played a lot of World this year. I played so much World this year. And
a lot of Monster Hunter. I was really soured by Iceborne. So I think that's why I'm not really thinking back on it particularly fondly. But I enjoyed Base World and I enjoyed Base Wilds. But boy, do you need to keep up with that game if you want to enjoy the additions down the line.
And I think that's why Warframe won out here. I honestly thought about putting Monster Hunter Wilds here because I am sad that I didn't experience the after game, the Act 2, the continued story. But not outside of like the accolade of it. Like, I want to know that I killed those monsters, but I kind of experienced as many sweet buzzsaw flips as I think I had patience for. And tactically, Worlds was a more interesting game to me personally. That came with the clunk. Like, a lot of really good tactic games have absurd clunk, like, getting knocked down, taking 5 seconds to stand up. But when you think about it as a tactics game, particularly when you're in co-op and you're on the floor, but you can look at your friend over there and go, get up. Oh, we're both getting up. Heal. Are you going to heal? Oh my God. There's a tension there that is really unmatched.
Yeah, I like the controls of Wilds better. There's just quality of life stuff that just makes it more fun to interact with. But overall, I prefer the package of World more. But there's like things like there's weapons I will just straight up not play in World that I will play in Wilds, like the Greatsword. Like, I think the Greatsword is some of the most fun I've ever had with third-person combat in Wilds. And I think it is borderline unplayable in World. It's just rough in a way that I don't, it does not spark joy for me. But overall, I would rather, like, if you told me, like, let's play Monster Hunter right now, my brain would go to World, not Wilds.
I think that's right. Right.
Yeah.
Favorite game,
all right.
Not of this year.
Wait, was this a game?
Wait, did you write something that wasn't a game?
I've got an don't worry about it. I've got an answer.
The Academy is debating. Yes, favorite game, not of this year, but you played it this year.
Oh, yeah. I gave this to Hollow Knight.
Good pick. A lot of energy.
I loved it until I wanted to spike my Switch through the wall. But I still think about it daily. Every day, at least once, I think, do I pick Hollow Knight back up today? And the answer hasn't been yes yet. But I'm gonna get there.
I think, Hollow Knight might suffer as one of those games that is easier to just start all over. Might be simple enough that you can restart where you were, but I would certainly be tempted.
I know I'm still in the Crystal Peaks, so it wouldn't be hard to just pull up a guide and go to Crystal Peaks and be like, okay, where did I leave off?
Oh, sure. You still have enough walk around to, reacquaint yourself. You're not just in a boss gauntlet.
Yeah.
That's a good pick. There was a lot of excitement. I went on that full journey this year of starting out with Metroid and playing through Mission Zero or Zero Mission, and then Castlevania. Also, I could understand why Hollow Knight was good and what was exciting about it. And that was a really, really healthy experience for me. I really poo-pooed Metroidvanias, particularly because Souls players hate Metroidvania. So I was like, yeah, sure, why not? I'm not into blind hate, but okay, well, sure. Maybe it's lesser, or maybe it's old, maybe it's outdated, maybe it's not that interesting. And Hollow Knight pissed me off like 7 years ago when I lost all my souls, and that was the end of my adventure.
But the whole thing was just so charming. I love the art, and chat's saying not Stanley Parable, not Pokemon Soul Silver. So close. It was so close between like all of those, and I just ended up giving it to Hollow Knight because I thought I knew what I was in for because I'd seen it before, but it is a different vibe when you're controlling it yourself and when you're really lost in it. Like the soundtrack, man, and the ambient sound design of Hollow Knight is bonkers good. Like holy shit, it was so easy to just get lost in this game, and nothing's really made me feel more like I was lost in a dungeon this year than playing Hollow Knight. And I played multiple games with literal dungeons this year. It was, I don't know. It's a achievement in just art.
I really struggled. This was one too. There's a lot of games I really, really liked. There's a lot of games I didn't finish this year. There's a lot of games that I've played that are from other years. There's a game I played that I was shocked to find out was actually this year, and that's what I wrote down, which was Backpack Battles, but that did come out this year. That game is an absolute delight. Honestly, Baldur's Gate 3 is my pick. I missed so much in my first playthrough, and while I enjoyed the tactics, I think it's a better controller game, as insane as that might be. I hate the idea in my head of playing like
That's
XCOM.
Insane.
Yeah, dude.
Really?
Seriously, stick with me here. I like the idea of playing XCOM on controller. Ew. Why would I do that? And I played Baldur's Gate 3 on computer all the way to the end of Act 2. And I just sort of wandered off. You know, Final Fantasy 14 was getting busy. You know, all this kind of stuff. You know, busy, had my second kid. Busy sitting down at a computer. Just wasn't time for it. And I never really knew what the hell was going on in that game. I knew who I was, I guess. I had some companions. I was kind of romancing somebody, kind of, sort of. I felt so outside myself because on computer, I constantly played as the party, and I thought collectively as the party. But now that I'm playing it on Steam Deck, the view goes right behind you. It's almost like a Mass Effect view. Compare like Mass Effect to XCOM. And that is so much more immersive. And you have this really cool button. You hold down A, and a radius expands around you. And everything that radius touches enters like a pickup menu.
Huh.
So if you walk up to like a library, it's kind of immersive to be like, is there a book on this thing? Is a shelf of potions? Is there a real potion up there? But just being able to like, whoa, and then select everything means I collect more. I read more notes. And my view is always from my point of view. And I'm having such a better time with it.
Huh.
Outside of the hair. The hair is ass. That's the biggest disappointment on Steam Deck is that it doesn't have the graphics.
On Steam. I'm like, how does playing with a controller affect hair?
No, it's just that the graphics turned down. It looks great everywhere, but the hair looks awful.
Oh, well, you know, listen, you know, Tress Effects is very system intensive.
Yeah, exactly.
That is freaking funny, man. That is freaking funny. So what's our next category? Are we leaving games? Are we officially out of games?
We're officially, well, we've got a Final Fantasy exclusive one coming up. This is a little random.
We're going to pit stop out of games for a second.
Yes, real quick for an award that I believe you invented 2 years ago. Get Your Flowers. Didn't make a category, but we loved it. Just wanted to say we love something.
Yep, I'm going to award the winner of the Get Your Flowers award this year is the entire country of Japan. I have never enjoyed being alive more than the 16 days that I spent in Japan this year. It is the most fun I have ever had. So I don't know if you can give an award to an entire country, but I'm going to give an award to an entire country.
Hey, mine is kindergarten. Shout out to kindergarten. How far it's come, how different it is, how it is not held back by the assumptions on what we think of as a screen kid or how their brains have been rotten. No, you will sit down and you will learn math. We're not doing sharing anymore. We're learning where bones come from. We're identifying truth or fact. There's no time for movies. We have STEM. Kindergarten's a beast. And I applauded. I grew as a person this year.
They changed math, man. Changed math.
Actually, the math is pretty sick. It's like coloring in dots. It makes way more sense than what they tried with us. Though you eat less M&Ms in this way, so you know it's not fair either. We got to eat a lot of M&Ms while learning to count.
They need to add fewer or less apparently to the kindergarten regiment. Sorry, I can't help myself.
Nope, you and everybody else. It doesn't matter. This is just the hand I was dealt, Garrett.
Oh, fuck. That you are triggering me.
We're on YouTube, and so are they. The YouTube Creator Award of the Grindys.
I actually, let me double check. Let me just double check. So, I still don't have a YouTube recap. Nope, still don't have one. I don't think I'm ever going to get one. And I think it's because I'm actually in a decimal too small for them to show me as a viewer of Abroad in Japan. I watched so much Abroad in Japan this year. I checked the other day. I think there's like 3 videos I haven't watched. I think I've seen his entire channel. It might be the most complete YouTube channel in existence for me.
For me, this house is one that enjoys a good fart joke. A little bit of gross out humor sometimes, more on Kristen's side of things. And we also got really into retro gaming this year, which has gotten a little pinky up over the years. And plus the whole like culture war of like, I need hot people and games used to be older and blah, 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 blah. All that like happened last year more in my mind. And this year I just chose to ignore it. Absolutely.
Still a lot of it this year, but you're right.
I made an active choice.
You still ended up in the right destination, which is ignore it.
And so I found a fabulous content creator this year that I watched almost the entire year. Such a beautiful companion to what we're doing with all our old retro playthroughs here. Cinemassacre. They don't need more subs. They got plenty. Gigantic
Angry Nerd?
channel. Angry Nerd, yeah. Really got into the Angry Nerd this year. And I enjoyed just the freedom of the past. That you can just call things ass and shit. In so many words. Usually about buffaloes, apparently. He likes using buffaloes in his analogy, maybe because they poop so much. But
I watched a little bit of AVGN this year, and I know he's like a household staple, but I have somehow completely missed him. And I went the other way. I have actively avoided watching him like a pox because I'm like, no, this is going to influence me too much.
Well, I'm not watching his Final Fantasy reviews by any means, but being able to check out just games I would never actually play, like the Beetlejuice or E.T. or any of those just awful, awful things, has given me perspective I didn't have to what NES, SNES even meant, and what those graphics were capable of, why maybe Final Fantasy 2 or 3 was standing above competition, why it may have been better. It was like doing work and not working at all. I appreciate that.
Here was my experience, because like again, somehow missed him entirely. But I watch a little more now, but I used to not consume a lot of gaming content because it's just like, well, I do enough gaming content. I don't want to watch it in my off hours. So I think that's how I ended up missing him. But summer break, you played a bunch of Metroid, and I tuned in and I was like, God, this looks like I would just hate every second of it. This looks like what an ass experience. This looks like crap. And then because I watched that, I got recommended the Angry Video Game Nerd for the same Metroid game, or maybe I think the original version of it or whatever. And I was like, maybe it's because Kyle was playing it. Maybe that's why I think it looks like ass. So I watched his video, and it just confirmed to me that I should never play Metroid. that is not for me, and nothing's going to make it for me.
It was there was challenging parts of it. I had a great time with it, but it was also it's confirming to know that the things in there were indeed ass, for lack of a better word.
Okay, cool. I think honestly, yeah, going back to older games, I think 8-bit era just kind of was ass. Like 16-bit is just those games, but infinitely better. They learned so many lessons by the time we made it to the SNES and the Genesis that I have so little interest in revisiting 8-bit games these days. It's like OG Mario Brothers. And if I go to my cousin's and he decided to plug in Duck Hunt that day, that's it. That's all I want to do in 8-bit. But SNES and Genesis, man, it's just, hey, here's the exact same gaming concepts, but with a lot of lessons learned. And so it's been interesting. I do like the early Final Fantasy stuff, and we're getting that into a second. But a lot of most of the 8-bit stuff, it's a skip from me, dog. So turtle games, what a bunch of crap. Just go play the 16-bit turtle games. They're so much better. Legend of Zelda is a sick game, but you know what's just hilariously miles ahead better and embodies it in every way? Link to the Past. Like, it's just a better version. It's just a better game.
There's some really cool documentaries. Cinemassacre has their own about why games were so difficult back then. A lot of it had to do with just the person making it played it so many times that they themselves got too good at their game, or they had 3 levels and that was their content. So they made it complete butts to beat so that there would be more hours put into it. Yeah. Yeah. Chad, you bring up a great point. I will also go to bat for Mario 3. I love Mario 3. Tanuki Suit's a good time. But I'm glad you're enjoying him, man. Glad you're enjoying him. You must have a good guard up, because at no point have I thought to myself that's too angry video game nerd on any suggestions you've made for videos. It is so unique from what I personally would create that it's free game. I totally I get you. Like, I don't want to watch anything too close to what we do sometimes, because you're like, oh, I'll just be more like this. No, I have no reason why I would want to be stabbing a Superman N64 cartridge and having Gak shoot in my face. I think it's hilarious that he does it. It's a good time. Well, let's get to our Final Fantasy Awards. We got some new categories this year because of obvious reasons. How we engage with Final Fantasy has changed a bit this year, broadened, if you might say. And so we're going to start with Retro Final Fantasy of the Year. Mine's longer than yours, but I guess you just put FF and then a number would be my guess. Yeah. Yes. I did, in fact. Do you want to go first, or should I go first? I'm assuming we both wrote the same thing, so did we? Right? Didn't we? Final Fantasy 2? Yours says, oh, you're going with 2. I'm surprised about that. No, I'm going with 2. No, 2 was delightful. I loved 2. 2 was phenomenal. 2, I can never have that repeat experience with, because I got to pull out my Gygaxian monster manual books from the 70s in order to figure out what resistances the various beasts were going to have. We were still very much in the full sail stealing of Dungeons and Dragons and other tabletop RPGs or mythology, whatever you want to say. That figuring out the bosses was just fun from my point of view. Yeah, I agree with it. And I really like that it's like a proto Bethesda level up system. Or it also reminds me a lot of vanilla World of Warcraft when you had weapon skills. And that moment as a new WoW player, and you're like, I started with a sword. Oh, look, a cool axe. And you try and swing with the axe and you just miss because you haven't used an axe at all. I really like that level of clunk. So I found FF2's level up system really goddamn charming. Loved it.
So, and then after, and it was a bit. My whole reason for picking Final Fantasy 2 is my favorite of the retro ones we've played so far. Besides the technicality that we didn't play FF1 this year, because I also really like FF1. It's for very similar reasons as Expedition 33, because I love Expedition 33 so much because I really like the story, but also it's just a joy to interface with. I like the way it plays mechanically. And I feel the same way about FF2. It has a surprising amount of story for a game that released on the 8-bit generation. And mechanically, I really enjoy it. I felt invested in our team, and I felt my investment paid off by the finale. Whereas like FF3 was so frequently throwing new jobs at you that I was completely uninvested in my team and my composition by the end because it just felt like it didn't matter. And 3 basically doesn't have story. And then so 2, I liked the story and playing it. 3, I didn't like the story or playing it. And 4, I liked the story, but I didn't really like playing it. So it's like those mismatches. 2 checked all the boxes. Just kind of an all-around amazing experience.
Mechanically, I was really along for the ride with all of them. I think that 2 suffered from giving you some powers too late, and the level up system suffered, but that by no means is the full erasure of what happens in 3, where it's just like, hey, did you have class identity? Just kidding. Really, Pandemonium is an amazing gauntlet. And I feel like the challenge ramped up very seamlessly to the final boss. Whereas we just beat 4. That ramp up makes no sense. The 4 fiends were complete pushovers. And the final boss was insane.
Yeah, it's really interesting because 4 is one of the it's and we're probably gonna run into this more and more. It depends on the version, right? 5 is pretty limited. It was hard to play 5 in the West, but 4, there were so many versions. So if you're trying to come to 4 for the first time and have any sort of communal experience, nobody played the same game. And it's not that it's hard to interpret. It's that they literally, some people played it on DS. Some people played it on PS1. Some people played it when it was called 2 on the SNES. There's just so many different versions. So you go look at our comments and you will literally see back-to-back comments that says, holy shit, this is so much easier than when I played it back in the day. Followed immediately by, holy shit, this is so much harder than when I played it back in the day. And it's just, I guess it depends what version you played. And also how much you ground. We heard from a lot of people who are just like, I just got to level 99 and bodied the final boss. Which I can understand.
Perfectly acceptable. Yeah.
Left to my own devices, I probably would have done the same thing because it took us 4 attempts to clear the final boss of Final Fantasy IV. And that boss was hot bullshit. Absolute hot bullshit. It rendered my favorite character of the game completely useless. Couldn't use anything.
The Dark Emperor was also funny as hell in 2. Like, just a hilarious concept that he groin kicked the devil, stole his powers, and came back.
Yeah, and he looked like David Bowie while doing it. It was
so
great.
Good.
Wonderful villain. Absolutely exceptional villain. 3 has a really great villain, and I love the final dungeon, but it comes out of left field. Like, it's not like that villain is there menacing you the entire game, which is another thing I really like about 2. It's just a constant threat in the background, and every once in a while he pops back up to laugh at you and to taunt you and invite you to a coliseum where he sicks a behemoth on you for the first time in Final Fantasy history. 2's great, man. 2's absolutely great. It's been really interesting because so many people were just like, "Oh, it's the worst," and I'm just like, "Huh? What?" 2's great. Love 2.
Can't help them there. Maybe we just had too good of a time.
Hey, I see what you did there.
Sid of the Year.
I'll tell you what, just to start things off, because we just beat it, it will not be going to Final Fantasy IV Sid. That man is a monster. That is what children are afraid is under their bed.
Okay, so which Sid did you pick?
2. I find being that selfishly capitalistic hilarious in a game with the stakes of Final Fantasy 2.
He charged you for things that during this apocalyptic time probably should have been perfectly normal for a hero's adventure.
He's just so selfish, man. It's comedic. Like I was tickled pink by the fact that the world is currently being destroyed by a demon summoning emperor, and the only man with an airship is like, that'll be 50 gil, son. And you're like, really?
Yep.
He's like, yep.
And strands your ass too if you mess it up.
He's a righteous ass, and I love it. Also, he's not he doesn't look like something you found when you move your couch out from the wall. Which the Final Fantasy 3 and Final Fantasy 4 Sids. They are just little disgusting like gremlin hobbits. And they're monstrosities that I don't like looking at.
Well, my favorite Sid goes to Final Fantasy IV Sid, that disgusting gremlin hobbit under your couch. I love the idea of him constantly escaping bed rest to repair the ship, nearly dying multiple times, coming back. He was the only one who really earned his jump spins. I think everyone else could have cooled it down a little bit, but jump and spin and Sid, absolute my favorite little... You can put gremlin in my head. He's a little booger. He's great. I love him.
I do love if the award was for Sid that is the most Zap Brannigan of the year, it would go to Final Fantasy IV, because I always read Sid as Zap Brannigan and it has never worked better than Final Fantasy IV.
And he brought it around to old airships. They weren't expendable. They weren't easily destroyed. I enjoyed the Sid, and I'm glad he...
Final Fantasy IV definitely wins most airships of the year.
Yes, but least amount of destroyed airships in that regard, too, which is a feat, and that's all thanks to Sid from 4.
They're like, I know there's a semi-canonical sequel to Final Fantasy IV, and in my head, without having played it, it's just the kingdom trying to figure out what to do with the littered remains of all of the airships we left around the world and the environmental impact of it all.
Heard some mixed things about that, the after years.
I heard nothing good about it. They were not mixed. Everybody was on the same page. It is one of the least recommended things that people have gone out of their way to make sure we know they do not recommend it.
Damn. Well, in the land of Final Fantasy 14, favorite or Final Fantasy 14 Character of the Year award.
I see you forgot to redact yours, so go ahead and give me yours.
All right, Calyx, you got to give it up for a new villain, somebody to carry the train forward, to keep things moving. And I think he did a pretty decent job, and I'm interested about his faction.
I really like Calyx. I almost put Calyx, but to me, what has been missing from Dawn Trail is a character that I emotionally resonate with, that I care about their fears and their struggles as much as I care about their acts of heroism. And for that reason, I'm giving it to Sphene. Sphene is the most Final Fantasy 14-ass Final Fantasy 14 character in all of Dawn Trail. She feels fully formed in how she's written. And she's great. And like the end of Jim Carrey's The Grinch. And I care.
I believe that makes it 2 years in a row for you, for Sphene.
Did I put Sphene last year?
I'm pretty sure you did. Yes.
I don't remember what I put last year.
The Sphene Sweep.
Sphene Sweep, yeah. Well, kind of a spoiler, but it's a different Sphene this year.
Say no more, because it's favorite Final Fantasy 14 in-game moment of the year.
When I climb in the ring.
That's fair. I believe that. I believe that for you. 100%. I was there.
Man, freaking howl. Just if they play M8S music at FanFest, I will probably faint from PTSD.
They got a lot of music they could choose in the Arcadian. There is a lot of it.
Yes. And they just added even more of it. I'm very excited to hear it. But yeah, clearing M8S is easily, you just strike favorite. This is just 14 in-game moment of the year for me. I will never forget this.
Mine's Phoenix Dream.
Really?
I miss the blinds. I love the whiteboard. I loved exploring that. I love dissecting it. I love figuring it out. I look back on it extremely fondly. Us against the world with 6 of our buddies that we randomly grabbed one day and made it do them, 3 more times over the course of 2 weeks as we all became terribly invested in defeating that very battle. Big robot slamming its face, the crazy mechanics. It was so much fun without needing to be overly exact like Savage. I had an amazing time.
I wish, well, now that I know that you feel that way, we should do the next extreme on day 1.
Well, then you have to do the MSQ to day 1 thing.
Yeah, just start another character. It's fine. just start another character. We'll just skip all the cutscenes. It's fine.
That was my
day
favorite.
1 experience. Because otherwise you only get one extreme a year, an expansion that you can do day 1 that doesn't require MSQing.
No, it's true. It's true.
That's why Sphene was the special moment that it was.
But you're also
because that was the one extreme of Dawn Trail that you get that experience with.
But we're also talking about like the right difficulty curve being the final boss. Like so much was lining up post MSQ for that patch to release when it did, with the investment we had, with the experience we had. I really think it was a perfect storm, and I don't think I'll ever be able to really recapture the application, my first application of modern game knowledge at that difficulty. And it'll always hold a special place in my heart.
I don't know, man. You really want to go to DPS, and I feel like you're going to have to throw out pretty much everything you know, so you could probably recapture it once you have a DPS leveled.
You always remember your first, man. You always remember your first on-content and boss extreme.
I would like to forget Sphene Extreme. If we had an award for kill myself moment of the year, it would go to Sphene Extreme.
Damn! Wow. Okay. Well, rather swingy extremes then. Well,
yeah. I do not look back on Sphene Extreme fondly.
Well, perhaps you will look at your own awards fondly, because now we've entered the Wine Zirls. Coolest shit of the year award goes to.
I would give that to anime movies kicking ass.
Nice.
I'm really glad that they're doing really well. I'm really glad that they're making them movies, and I'm really glad that Chainsaw Man outperformed Jujutsu Kaisen, because I feel vindicated.
There was never a contest in this podcast.
It's a personal contest.
I've got a question for you, by the way, later after we do the awards. I need to know some terminology that's floating around the internet. You need to help me out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Remind me.
The Garrett glossary is right here for you, bud.
The Wine Zirls Band of the Year.
I have listened to very little new music, so I'm giving this award to the band I saw at a festival that made me go, holy shit, you guys like really bring it. Good Charlotte, man. The old lifestyles of the rich and famous. I saw them at a big ass festival out at Daytona Speedway way earlier this year. And their show was goddamn incredible. Absolutely incredible. So much so that Katie just bought tickets to their tour with Avenged Sevenfold next year. And we're very excited to go to it. So I think that's the only. No, we also have Goldfinger tickets for next year. Anyway, I hadn't seen them since 2002. I think was the last time I saw them, and they're exceptional, absolutely exceptional. Cannot recommend enough. They put on a really good show.
I'm surprised you didn't go with Winona Fighter.
They won last year.
Oh, okay.
Their album
That's
came
fair.
out this year, so I was thinking about giving it to them again because their full length dropped, I think, in January of 2025. So I cannot recommend them enough either. And I think they played every Warped Tour date this year. So if you get a chance, go see Winona Fighter. They're a legitimate new band. They have one full length album out. They are, to me, they're the new stewards of punk. Like, they're doing such a good job. The album's impeccable, and I think they're the best live band for anyone not in their 30s right now. They're so good. But yeah, what are the Fergies this year, Kyle?
The Fergies, an award to my immune system. My immune system won an award this year. I didn't get Garrett sick once, which means I healed at a pace that the job could continue. Last year, I ended up in the hospital with conjunctivitis because I got so many Mr. Burns little kid sicknesses in my body all at once. I did not go to the hospital this year. I was constantly sick almost every single weekend and better by Tuesday, week after week after week. Shout out to Kyle Ferguson's immune system for keeping the shows alive and going.
All right, fair. I forgot that you were hospitalized last year. I'm like, why? I feel like I'm not sure it deserves an award. Never mind, you kept yourself out of the hospital. If that's the bar, then yeah, I guess your immune system deserves an award.
And my second award,
damn, dude,
greatest dad move of the year goes to, well, this guy, of course, because I'm the dad. My freaking kid is number one reader in the whole kindergarten at his school. I just want to shout out Kristen and myself. In a world of screen time, you have no idea how easy that is, how many times we read books that we had definitely read before. Endless books. Some of them D&D ABCs, some of them not the most thrilling thing you've ever seen. Local library visits, all that kind of shit that just takes a lot of extra effort. And he destroyed it. He's in the advanced reading program. They give him all sorts of cool extra books. He gets to go to the special section that's not the kindergarten section. He gets to pick big kid books. He read frickin' 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea kids version for his Halloween, but still just insanely proud of him. And maybe even more when he gets that report card, it's a what did we get kind of moment, because we're very proud of us here. And I'm very, 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 very happy.
Dude,
shout out to Kristen.
That is sick. Oh man. Oh, dude, I'm so proud of I'm so proud of your work.
Also, we're doomed as hell because we used to be, are we doing the POL today? Like, you can't do that shit anymore. Like, the whole...
well, you spelt it wrong, but I know what you meant.
POOL? Yeah.
Oh, it sounded like you said 1-0.
Oh, all the same. Like, there was an entire world of communication that, CANDY, that fell apart over the last 18 months, and it's been a learning phase. So, dad move of the year.
I am desperately trying to remember who the hell I was talking to, but I don't mean this to sound as dramatic as it sounds, but just for sake of simplifying the sentence, I came to your family's defense in a conversation about child rearing recently. I can't remember who I was talking to, but I was talking to someone, and kids came up, and I was like, oh yeah, no, kind of Kyle's up to 3 now, and they must have known, whoever I was talking to must have known enough about us that they were like, oh yeah, I'm assuming they're probably just throwing iPads at them like crazy, right? You got 3 now, and you guys are a bunch of nerds. And I was like, Jesus, no. I'm like, legitimately, I can probably count on one hand the amount of times I've been over and seen one of your kids just hanging out with a tablet. Like, when I talk to Flynn, he usually wants to talk to me about video games, so I know it happens, but like, that is clearly not how. You do not just cast it like distraction. It's not like you just open a bag of iPads and you say,
Well,
distract yourselves.
it's strategic. Sometimes there is strategic starving of screens because you definitely need to do X later. So you make sure you go a while so that when that screen hits just right, bam, they are out and you can get your shit done.
Yeah.
And that must be hard, man. That must be a different life to throw a screen in a kid's lap and they're like, and what else you got for me?
What else you got? I mean, it might be a strategy, right? Like maybe just give them so much access to it that hopefully they get friggin' bored with it. But
I don't think that's possible. I honestly, I remember me when I was a kid. Like my parents would be gone for an entire day. They'd come home like 16 hours later, and I'd be like, "Oh, I have to put it up. I'm not even done."
I could have. I could play games literally all day.
Yeah.
It would nothing would have stopped me. Until I got a paintball gun. And then I wanted to be outside shooting my friends. But like it was a while. It was a while. So yeah, I can completely understand. It's made me think about my own damn childhood too. Because like I'm just like, yeah, man, I would have easily have left on my own devices, just stayed in front of the TV all day.
Oh, absolutely.
All damn day. But they booted my ass outside and forced me to read. Wasn't as successful though. I hated reading. Absolutely hated it. Was never a fan. Well, hell yeah, man. Congrats to you and Kristen. And good job to Flynn.
And those are the Grindys.
Books now. I can start getting Flynn books now.
You can, yeah. Cool books too.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Huh.
What
All right.
as we wrap up the Grindys here and the slides have ended, is there any special shout outs, any honorable mentions you wanted to give to anything we've talked about this year?
Love. I have my 10th anniversary this year, man.
Oh,
I
yeah,
have my 10th
that's
anniversary.
true.
That's why we went to Japan. I've been actively thinking a lot about my marriage to Katie. And because we're hosting Christmas, we've been basically blowing up our house room by room and redecorating because we have like 14 freaking people coming over for Christmas. And we were kind of told we were hosting. We weren't really asked. So we're redecorating, and we just felt like we had a small mound of just empty frames that we didn't want to get rid of. I think they were leftovers from our wedding. So, because if you remember, we had a bunch of old photos because Katie and I knew each other in high school. So we had photos from when we were like 15 years old up to, when we were married, we were 28, 29, up to that point. So there were just photos all over the wedding. And so I think that's where they came from. So, yeah, we also, while we were like reorganizing, we found a fat stack of photos that spanned like 2002 to like 2007. And a ton of them were together. So like just last night we picked a few out to put in a few of these empty frames.
That's cute.
And like scattered them around the house. So yeah, man, I'm just I'm very lucky. I'm very happy, and we've just been really enjoying each other's company this year. And we always do, but it's, I don't know, more actively thinking about it. Just, man, Japan was awesome. It was nice to get away with Katie for a really extended part of, chunk of time, and also just be so far away from everything else that we had no option but to just be present in the moment and just hanging with each other. So y'all don't know romance until you've sat nude outdoors in the mountains of Japan in a hot spring watching the sunset.
You can't possibly know. Nude anywhere else doesn't work. It's not the same.
I don't even mean it in a sexual way. There is just nothing more romantic than naked on sen watching the sunset over the Hakone Mountains.
Yeah, sounds cozy.
There's nothing with a Kombini beer. So, yeah, man, that's my shout out. We've just had a delightfully romantic year, and it has been a very good time. What about you?
Oh, damn! How am I supposed to follow that up? Like that is just straight up romantic.
hell yeah, I win.
Yeah,
This is a competition and I won.
You do. It's so I'm gonna reveal a secret. When you have infinite time without kids, it's easy to assume that you don't treasure that time, and it's really really cool to hear and see you guys so in love year after year. Because it is something that I think a lot of parents say, because we only get an hour when the kids go to bed, we love each other more. Our time is more valuable, blah, blah, blah. So that's just really cool to hear. I'm happy for you. I guess shout out to Carth Onassi, the senior supreme, still going strong, sleeping in a box, living it up day after day.
Still kicking it.
Loving the Florida outdoors. And I'm not gonna kid y'all. Yesterday I got out the water pad. Yeah, it was 86 Christmas.
Dude, it was hot this weekend. It was hot.
It was so miserable. The Christmas time is here, playing on the radio, and time to get out the water pad to get some exercise.
Shit, man. Yeah. Dude, shout out to our old pets. Zelda's turning 9 next week. I don't know how that happened. I really don't know how that happened. Yeah, it's been wild just dealing with all that. Your aging pets. I gotta give her freaking hip and joint supplements, because the second she hears neighbor dog, she throws her knees out running up against the fence too hard. It's old dogs, man. I love old dogs. I told Katie we need to just desensitize ourselves by continually adopting senior dogs, because I love old dogs. But we do not do well with pets passing away.
Yeah, you'd have to.
It takes us years to get over it.
You'd really have to line them up, make it an industry, and that sort of desensitization doesn't sound healthy either.
Just exposure therapy. Like, I'm gonna have so many old animals that death will be a constant.
I'm not gonna feel a damn thing by the time this is over.
Oh my god, there's a house we walk by that has an extremely well, not extremely, but definitely older Chihuahua Yorkie, a Chorkie, if you will. I want to find a Chorkie dude. This dude. They probably shouldn't be doing this. Well, let's just not judge neighbors for a second, because this dog's adorable. They just let him hang out in the front yard because he doesn't run on the road.
He's just an old guy, yeah.
It still makes me nervous. But every time we walk by, we hear a little woof, and then he runs up to us and he rolls over for belly rubs. And I'm just like, if I found one of these at this age at a rescue, it would just be coming home with me. I don't care if he's only, who knows how many years are left. Like, God, I love old dogs. Old dogs are the best. Old dogs are the freaking best. Adopt an old animal. It's hard, but you should do it. That's my thought right now. But yeah. Yeah, but so your shout out is Carth. What's his body count? He killed a lot of lizards now that he's in Florida?
No, he hasn't killed a damn thing. I mean, the porch is all screened in. No, he's a peaceful guy.
That does not stop them at my place. No. Man, they must have done a really good job at your place.
It's new construction too, so it's the townhouse we sort of rent is doing all right in that department. But no, he's living it up day after day. He's a little lighter than he should be. And the vets asked why. We said stairs, and they went, "Oh yeah." So he's all good. I'm proud.
Oh, dude, I got one that I think you'll agree with me on. Can we both universally together give a shout out to the state of Florida for taking a damn year off from getting slammed by hurricanes?
Oh, that was nice. Yeah, my first year here was rather exciting.
We made it, dude.
Yeah. It's I think the weirdest thing about living in Florida, outside of how insanely New York it is
very New York.
Is this
where you live?
Is this like existential guilt when it rains cozy, but someone else is getting completely owned? I didn't have to deal with that in the Pacific Northwest. It just rained cozy all the time. So I missed the rain a lot this year. I was sad that it didn't rain like at all. It was practically a drought. It was like a desert.
We still have a burn ban. It's been a weirdly dry year.
Yeah,
for Florida.
But I'm not used to that. Like, oh, isn't that nice? Look how hard it's raining. Shit, someone's probably getting wrecked. Feeling, and it was nice not have that this year.
You don't need a hurricane for. We still got just random thunderstorms.
No, I know, but it's not the same. Like, houses collapse from snow and like that kind of thing happens. But rarely does anyone like feel guilty about the snow. But it's something different in Florida when it rains that hard.
It's it's because you've been through a hurricane, so you have sympathy pains.
Yeah.
And to really be in danger in Florida during a hurricane, you have to make stupid decisions, for lack of a better word. You have to be actively reckless, because it's very easy to just move inward. And even if you get direct hit, you're safe as long as you have shelter. But if you're staying on the beach, that's when it's going to be dangerous for you. But a lot of the islands that are around our state, they have nowhere to go. So if you've been through one, you know how powerful they can be. And so it's that. I always say it's just like, because it's always going on, like in our Discord. Like, shout out to our community, the fact that you all keep up with us enough that you care when we're in harm's way, that you're checking on us. But that's when I always think about it, because when one's coming in, and if it turns last minute and it's not going to hit us, everybody's keep checking on us. It's like, oh, nice, I'm so happy for you. And we're like, yeah, but watch out for Texas, watch out for Alabama, be thinking about Louisiana, be thinking about the Caribbean, or Cuba or anywhere else that it's hitting, because they're about to get rocked. So it is wild. Oh, Ian in chat saying, now that you say that, we didn't get a typhoon in Tokyo either this year. Yeah, we were happy for that, because we were there at the tail end of typhoon season. And we were like, it'll be fine.
The old cruise gamble. Nice.
Yep. Well, we were reading up about it too, and we were like, well, apparently, some of the bigger cities, they just keep operating while the storms happen. So, yeah, it's been a good year. 2025 has been a good year, even if there were some like YouTube specific scares. Like, I look back on the year and I feel tired, but I also feel very personally fulfilled.
A lot of challenges, definitely. But I exited with a lot more confidence than I had to face those challenges, which feels amazing, frankly. Like so many projects that we've had over the years have felt at the whims of some greater beast, whether it's a corporation or the platform. And it feels like we're starting to make some real choices of our own around here. So I'm really, really excited for 2026. Those were the Grindys. We have emails still. Or I can ask you my obscure question that I have about.
Nobody actually sends emails anymore. These are all from Ask the Host.
That is true.
I'm dying. What is it? What is your obscure question?
Why is everyone calling each other tourists? What happened over the weekend? Is there something? Did something happen?
Oh, I have no idea.
Is that the new hot?
Tourist being used again a lot?
Yeah, it's the hot buzzword right now. In particular, I ran into a Final Fantasy 14 write-up, which I thought was like probably one of the least dramatic things I've ever read in my life. It was can we stop using machinations as the music in Final Fantasy 14? Like, they're playing the new MSQ and that same old song fires up yet again. And they went, you know what? I think I've heard it too many times. I think I'm done.
Wait, really? Is that what this
This whole PC Gamer article was about the song Machinations from Final Fantasy 14, and I'm
with them. That is a based thought,
and in a very simple way with no drama. They were just kind of like, you know what? I think it might be holding them back. I don't think I need to hear Machination. I'm playing it again right now for the stream, in case you don't know which one it is. It's the song that plays anytime anyone gathers to make a plan. And so...
But this is not going to be on the podcast version because you were not piping it through to me.
And so the writer was like, I think I'm done. And the comments, more than one comment called them a filthy tourist. And then this morning in our own Discord, I saw people calling people who... the AI firms and buildings buying RAM as tourists. So I was just curious if you know why everyone is calling each other tourists now.
I heard it a bunch at the beginning of the year. I kind of feel like it fell off because it's pretty gatekeepy to call people tourists. I think it's always morally correct to gatekeep massive AI organizations, but I think it's pretty shitty to gatekeep people like individuals. That's weird. That's a weird use of tourist for the AI organizations.
That's
bizarre.
This one particularly bothered me because you actually can't be. Like, to become frustrated with machinations is like a 200-hour project. You don't
yes,
accidentally make an opinion about machinations and suddenly feel something when you hear it. Because that didn't happen to me until Dawn Trail. Like, there wasn't really a single part through all of Endwalker I was like, you know what? I think I'm done with machinations.
Also, they have so much music. It just feels like, what are we doing? Like, use something else.
I mean, really, my accused song would be the dee doo 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 dee dee doo 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 dee, like the Asian, what I call the Asian song, but is no longer used for Asians. But my Pavlovian response is like, Asians? Why is this happening here? What does it mean?
Both those tracks should just be retired.
And that's what they called for here, but got called the Taurus. So I was wondering if you had a read on the situation.
To me, it's a 100% gatekeeping term. It's people who are probably suffering from a sunk cost fallacy that are probably extremely burnt out with the game that they are playing, but they think that it makes them an interesting person for the game that they are playing to be their entire personality. And so when they disagree with what someone says, they try to downplay their opinion by accusing them of not loving the game as much as they do.
Or not being as invested, therefore you can't have that opinion.
Correct. Yeah. Or not focusing on the correct corner of the game. Like, if you're into raiding, you might call someone who only cares about the story a tourist. But it's just a way to have a really boring argument and strip all nuance out of a discussion.
Excellent. Very good.
Cool.
Emails that aren't emails.
But if there's anything specific over the weekend, I have no idea.
Okay.
But yes, Q&A. We've got some end of the year Q&A. And Fjord Explorer, we did get your question, but I think we kind of answered it with the Grindys on the what got away from us this year. So just want to know, I'm not ignoring you. And I'm not even sure we'll have time for all these questions. So some of these might get moved to next year. I kick off with them so far. Waves Watershine wants to know what our favorite 8 or 16-bit enemy sprite from FF1 through 4 is so far. I'm gonna claim 100% recency bias and say Draculady, because nothing has given me more joy this year than the moment we met Draculady.
Draculady was sick. Yeah. I think there's
Draculady can first off get it, and second, Kyle's reaction to Draculady was hysterical.
I just like just the gendering term of vampiress. that Dracula needed somehow to be changed in order to, it was just too joyous. I love a shitty pun.
Like, I love wordplay. Wordplay makes me so happy.
There is a monster in Final Fantasy that is always built up, always a big deal, and we fought in Final Fantasy 14. It still felt like the weirdest fan service. So I got to give it to the behemoth from FF2 was actually a muscle-bound beast. And while it may not have been the hardest fight, that sprite was freaking beautiful in the Pixel remaster. And
we even went and looked up the 8-bit, and it's pretty faithful. It's just more colors, more shading in the Pixel remaster.
No, it's such a beautiful piece, and it really personified the horror that he would have in nostalgia going into future games for me.
It was fun. Man, I liked FF2.
FF2 was good.
I'm dying for Katie, someone who doesn't like a lot of 3D games, to go back and play some retro Final Fantasies. Ron Lightwalker said, any interest in playing any of the Tales series? This comes up every once in a while. I get this confused with what's the other one that sounds very similar?
Trails.
There's a lot of Yeah, sorry. Tails and Trails. I could not tell you the difference between either. I just know that both come up, and they both seem insurmountable in the amount of games that exist.
I think there also might be
Is
Skies.
Tails the one that's spun off from Final Fantasy 2?
I have no idea, because I think there's Skies as well is another property that has some sort of meaning. This very much gets into like just use a watch guide kind of territory of games. In fact, just this week, I think I learned that there's only one Xenogear. I don't need to worry about more than one Xenogear. I think there's just one. Or one that matters. When people say Xenogear, I think they mean a single game, which could be nice. All these sort of series are so overwhelming from the outside. I feel guilty for glazing over, but I always do.
Yeah, same. No, I'm thinking of Saga. Okay. That's probably the one from extraneous RPGs that I'm not super familiar with. I'm the most interested in just because I really liked how 2 played mechanically. I'm looking at Tails. Yeah, this is ringing no bells.
Is it
no
like
bells at all?
Tales of Arise, like tail. Where's the Tales begin and Tales of Zestiria?
There's Vesperia, there's Abyss, and then in a meme someone added from the Borderlands.
Okay, so
that's a good joke. Oh, this is a Symphonia game. Okay. I remember hearing a lot about Symphonia.
Oh, I have played Tales of Symphonia. Huh. Yeah, I didn't know that was a series.
Oh, you played a Tales game.
I have.
Okay.
I played it through, and what carried me was a decent amount of voice acting, and the main kid was Robin from the Batman, Justice League, and all that. Or Teen Titans. Okay. Teen Titans, that guy. You know his voice when you hear it. It's that guy.
Big Leo point energy.
Yeah.
Tales do not have a connected story. Okay, so very similar to Final Fantasy in that way then.
So maybe one where we could elevate one Tales
like
above the other.
Wherever.
Yeah.
But doesn't come up a lot. Alta said, which specific FFs are we looking forward to next year?
Oh, so you want to know the plan?
I don't think we're going to get past 7 next year, so I don't think we're going to get to 8, which is the one I'm looking the most forward to.
Let's see.
I'm pretty excited for 6. I'm pretty damn excited for 6. I'm terrified of 5. I'm just going to say right now, I'm terrified of 5 because everyone compares it to 3. And I'm like, oh no, what are we heading toward?
I'm terrified of the next 2 because there seems to be a lot of optional content that people seem concerned about in a very you'll find out when you get their way. I guess it's not necessarily like you can do the story wrong, but it's the invention of side quests maybe in the Final Fantasy universe, and it's very easy to do it wrong or not have a fulfilling experience when you get to maybe it's 6. I know we're going to hit 6 next year for sure. But
I find the trend this year of discovering the attitude from a lot of gamers that they think there's a wrong way to play games where there's multiple ways to play them very bizarre.
I think that's always existed.
We got a lot of that at the end of Expedition 33. We got a lot of it at the end of Dispatch. I heard a bunch of people like, oh, they missed canon. It's like, who gives a what even is canon? Do you know the type of game you're playing? Like, the entire conceit is that playthroughs are going to be different. It's the whole point of designing a game system like that. And I guess I've just never played one of these types of games publicly where there's a branching path. But it reminds me a ton of the energy of people who want to tell you how you should play D&D at your own table. And I find it hilariously useless.
I would say that's a very, very old way of thinking. I know.
Yeah, it's like nerd boomer energy.
I know for a fact that we all omit things. Like I will come to you personally off stream as a human being and be like, man, that boss was hard. And you'll be like, yeah, that boss was hard. And we will reach complete agreement. Whereas I may have died 10 times and you beat it in one go. And collectively, we are both imagining our own experience and having a perfectly normal conversation. And when you showcase your play, that just natural vibe gets instantly lost and it can become very nitty gritty and intense. And I think part of it is the lack of chewy games. Like most of us in these communities don't have a forever game right now. Like we have seasons. We might have a season of Final Fantasy or World of Warcraft, but you're not logging into Dota every night. Like maybe we're lacking that desire for self-improvement. And so we still exude that energy into story games and end up being a little harsher to each other for not doing things right. That kind of sounds like a dig, but it's not really meant to be. I think at our core, we all want to just be better at things, whatever that may be.
I think when it comes to narrative experiences, I think it desperately people want you to have the experience that they had because they want to live through you. And when there's an option to do something different, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy that a certain percentage of the audience is going to feel like you did it wrong because it's not the way they did it.
No, that's easy. The dispatch did the game wrong. Like that when I clicked that option, that wasn't what was supposed to happen. So that's on the game's fault. Like I clicked the right option. It just didn't do my better plan that I had come up with before I clicked that option.
It didn't interpret my meaning when I selected that dialogue option.
Exactly. So we're all wrong, or we can all be right. I
gotta hand it to dispatch. I'm trying to think of a game with dialogue options that actually lined up with my expectations of what was going to be said when I clicked an option more. Like, because Mass Effect was an exercise in that's not what I thought was going to happen when I selected that option. But dispatch, like almost every time, it was like pitch perfect, exactly how I thought they were going to, take it in the voice direction.
To answer the question, there is Chrono Trigger between Final Fantasy 6 and 7, and we will be doing that for sure.
Ooh, I'm very excited for Chrono Trigger. Ooh, I might be more excited for Chrono Trigger than I am 7. I'm dying to have my own opinion of 7. Shit. Yeah, I think I'm more excited for Chrono Trigger. I think that's what I'm anticipating the most.
It's a stacked year. I'm really, really excited for it. I would expect 7 to happen sometime in fall. And let's see, Final Fantasy 8 is at 53 hours. Maybe it could happen.
Damn.
But you're also accounting for random Final Fantasy 14s if we pause to make a video, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. And once we get out of pixel remasters too, we're gonna have to like relearn systems, and if there is any way to speed up leveling, if we need it, who knows? I don't know. We're so cozy with the pixel remasters now because we know how they function and we know exactly what we can do to speed up a grind if we need to.
Well, and let's go for a banger year too. Like let's hope there's another Claire Obscure in there, just something that we all collectively just have to stop and play.
Hope so. I liked having breaks in between. I was like going from 2 to 3. I think also did 3 a little bit of a disservice for me because it was just like I was hard, and the whole time I was just like I'd rather be playing 2. I liked having the break between 3 and 4. I think it helped 4 quite a bit. 4 is also just very good, and I think I do, regardless of how I played it, prefer it to 3. But yeah. Kotar said, FanFest is just on the other side of the mountain. Where do you guys think we're going on the next expansion? I know Mirror City was already confirmed to not be where we're going by Yoshi P. I'm going to draw a line in the sand. I'm going to do it. If we don't just freaking reflection hop, I'm going to be pissed. I don't think I'm particularly interested in staying on the main planet anymore. And after Dawn Trail, I can't wait to leave.
The patches have shown me that they're still very precious about their story, even when we're all eager to move on. And I think collectively, the story they're telling, they're eager as well, but they just want to shore up all, get all their ducks in a row, as the game has always done. Where is Thancred? Where is he currently at on a boat because he can't teleport? Blah, blah, blah. Like, where it's always been very detailed about where those things are happening. I would love to see them be that big and wasteful to just be like, now here, now here, now here. I think that getting rid of glams, I think they're going for it. I think they're collectively, it's so dismissive to say breaking the glass, but it is just a mental image that works so well. Boop, boop, unleash the glamours. And right behind that, bam, 7. Like, unleash the 7. We're not there yet. We'll have time to get there. That would be the perfect through line for me. I get to play 7 for the first time, and we get to go to smoky biomechanical world. Like, let's do it.
Do a diesel punk expansion.
It's otherworldly. There's a chick in a jar or something, like a one wing angel. I don't really know. I don't know anything about it. Someone dies, I guess, at one point. Cloud dresses up as a stripper. I'm not sure. It all happens. It's lovely. Let's go big.
Cloud dresses up like a stripper?
Yeah, something like that happens. I'm not really sure.
What?
I think he enters like a beauty pageant or something.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it's all extraneous things.
Rose asked if we're doing 11 on the Every Final Fantasy series. We'll do something. We get asked this a lot. We're definitely going to check it out. I don't think we have no plans to 100% it or anything.
I have written in our notes a guided tour.
But that's as much planning as we've done because we're still pretty far away from it. That's something that we will form as we get closer. We'll probably talk to somebody like Happy. It'll probably be Happy. We'll probably just talk to Happy.
That'll probably be what happens.
Yeah. Sergeant Thud said, my question has come up a few times. Garrett, you said you've never really gotten into Metroid, and for Prime, it was partially because of its unorthodox first-person shooter, but not quite approach. What about the 2D games? Any ideas? What would convince you to give them another go? I don't think there's anything that can convince me to give Metroid another go. I'm pretty firmly of the belief that it is just not a game type for me.
It really is just Hollow Knight. If that doesn't,
I don't like the conceit, like the base conceits of playing the game mechanically. I don't find the morph ball compelling. I don't like the shooting in any form, side scrolling or first person. The charge blaster just is like, I'd rather have a quick sword that I can, wish around.
Yeah, you feel more interactive with the enemies in that way.
Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of like, to me, it's like a sort of, how am I going? It reminds me a lot of genre within music, where I like more contemporary bands generally. And while I understand and respect the bands that inspired them, I don't particularly like listening to them as much.
I mean, you're basically describing fantasy versus sci-fi, like the two. There can be games, regardless of your preference, that you prefer one of those genres than the other.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess sort of. I don't know. I'm sure at some point you could do a sci-fi side scroller that I would enjoy. But yeah, I don't know. I haven't really thought about it too much. I know younger me would have told you rather dismissively that I find the setting of Metroid too generic to get into. I don't find the character of Samus particularly compelling, and I always even as a kid, I thought Ridley was the lamest monster for a big bad. He always looked like Terry the Pterodactyl from Pee-wee to me.
He's a pirate pterodactyl who sits
That's lore that came down the road. And by the way, Metroid did not get better when they added more lore to the equation for me. I was like, oh, wow, okay, this is silly.
So, yeah, the difficult...
When my roommate who loves Metroid in college was like, no, you don't understand. She's she grew up with bird people. I was like, and I'm out forever. That did not help.
It helps why the suit makes sense, why she goes by herself, why she's underprepared. It does make sense. Ultimately, what you and I'm gonna use you in a non-aggressive way. So what one has to do, let's do that. What one has to do is enter Metroid, see the most lame environment you've ever seen in your life, and then go, wait a minute. This overused environment is the source of it all. It wasn't overused when this happened. And like that rock with moss on it. That like special, that one color green with the moss that every single Metroidvania, including Hollow Knight, has. Like every single one of them has this stupid moss rock area. And it's so boring. But when you kind of look at it as a historical artifact, it does become more interesting.
I've had people try that angle too, and when you look at the history of Metroid, it was heavily inspired by Alien.
Yes,
and that also did damage for me because I was like, oh, cool. And then I went and I was like, this is the least spooky thing I've ever seen. So like, everyone's tried every angle to sell it to me. And it just never worked. I'm like, you're literally just using examples of things I think are better. And so like it to me, Metroid's just always just like come up second fiddle to everything someone tries to liken it to for me. Where I go, okay, yeah, those are all things I like, and for some reason I don't like this. So
I'm with you on the 3D games. I think handgun's dumb. Like, at least Mega Man in the cartoon show could like push his hand out occasionally, and then he kind of like pushed it back in. But
yeah, hand cannons bug me.
I'm not a fan of hand cannon.
Dude, you're aesthetically kind of. Listen, I admit that this is shallow as shit, but yeah, you're dialing in on an aesthetic that I find unappealing, and it's the hand cannon. Like I think Mega Man is so dorky, and I feel the same way about Samus.
I really like the profound sense of loneliness that Metroid has ended up working for me. But when tonally the music starts playing very heroically, and you land on that first planet very heroically, it just makes no sense. And you start blasting poor little animals that are just walking along their way.
I remember thinking Prime was cool. But at the time, dude, I was like all in on Halo. So Prime was just not the style of game I was looking for at the time. But I do think Prime is really neat. But as in general, I've just always, I just at some point came to the realization I was just like, the underpinnings are very cool, and I like it when other games set in worlds that I do find compelling do a Metroid style game. Because boy, do I love Arkham, and Arkham is a Metroid. Because I like Batman, but I don't like Samus.
Oh, yeah, I guess so.
Arkham is extreme. You cannot proceed through
without
Arkham
the
Asylum
power
until you get the right bat gadgets.
Sure. Yeah. There's puzzle elements, I guess.
Yeah, and in that way, it's like I've always just, Metroid and Zelda have been always cut from the same cloth, and I've always leaned Zelda until Modern Zelda, where they got more away from the you can't access this temple until you have this item sort of a thing, or find the item in the temple that helps you progress through the temple. I've always leaned more Zelda's direction. And I love sci-fi. I don't think it's a fantasy sci-fi thing because I freaking love sci-fi. It's, Star Wars is my favorite property, which is kind of sci-fi fantasy, but still, there's spaceships, so it's sci-fi.
Very well, we tried.
I never promise you'll like the answer. I promise I'll give you an honest answer. Nurai wants to know if we fear the coming doom of Ozma. I feel nothing but anxiety every time I think about Savage, because I know I really want to do it, and I don't think it fits into my life.
What the heck? What's Ozma got to do with that?
Isn't that the designer of Savages?
Oh, I thought we were talking about FF9 or something like those.
I don't think it designs every fight. Or maybe.
Talk about
Shit.
Are we talking about a boss?
Does Ozma the character, not the designer?
Yeah, I'm not really sure.
Are you spoiling us, Nurai? Wait, is this a spoiler, or are you talking about fight design?
Well, we know about Ozma. He's the ball. He's been around. He's called the guy who designs the fight is called that because he designed the fight of Ozma. So, are we just talking about the FF9 ball?
Oh, is it FF9 that Ozma shows up?
Yeah, which still a bit out. I mean, obviously, it's coming. He is approacheth.
Huh. I fear it, regardless of your meaning. Eka wants to know favorite New Year cocktail and/or liqueur. Do you drink on New Year's? What do you usually go for, Kyle?
We just sort of have pet drinks that we nurse for probably 6 months and then get bored and then forget about it. So right now it's the bee's knees around these parts.
That's a good cocktail. That's why we started keeping multiple things on hand so we could bounce between drinks. So you don't get sick of them so much as forget about them.
No, we live a simple, one-toned life.
This time of year, I love anything with allspice because it just makes a drink taste like Christmas. So I'm particularly fond of. There's a cocktail called the Drunken Dodo that is in the very first Death & Co. book, if you have that laying around. But it's basically a Manhattan made with rum and allspice dram. And it tastes like getting drunk on Christmas. That's what it tastes like.
Good memories then, hopefully.
So, no. Do you have a liqueur from college that you you can't even get near because you had a bad experience?
Captain Morgan mango. I just in general the smell of Captain Morgan.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I've never had it, and that I don't like mango, but also flavored rums. Oh man, I did used to go hard on the Malibu coconut. Ugh.
No, or using like a squeeze bottle lemon, like all that shit really matters. You got to get a fresh lemon in there.
Yeah, we used to use a squeeze bottle lime, and then we swapped to just buying limes, and we're like, wow.
Yeah, it's completely different.
This is so much better and still very limes are so convenient. They keep their juice inside of them until you need them.
Yeah, basically.
They're great.
As long as you don't accidentally freeze them or something like that, they're going to do fine.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah. No, for me, it's we used to do a Christmas drink in college, which was, I think it was just Dr. Pepper and Goldschlager.
Wow.
Because Goldschlager's like it tastes like you pureed a cinnamon broom.
Yeah.
And so you're just adding a ton of cinnamon to an already like spicy soda. And so we just call it Christmas drink. Worst hangover of my life. When I walk into a Michael's this time of year and they have
the cinnamon
brooms out, I still get a little my stomach does a little turn. A little turn on me. But no, I don't think I've ever actually gotten like properly drunk off of a Drunken Dodo. Usually that's like the one cocktail I have and then I'm done. So yeah. Kuroka said, Garrett, you said many times that there were many things you've missed about Japan since coming home, but were there any things or conventions from home that you really missed while there? Kyle cannot be your answer. He is a given.
Aw.
Dude, oh man, I did a couple times. I'm like, this would be so much fun to be partying with Kyle in Japan. This would be a good time. Not really. I think I talked about this on stream that Katie and I were talking about that if we lived there, we would miss Mexican food because we only saw it a couple places and it looked horrific. It looked like the most inauthentic Mexican food you've ever seen in your life. In fact, they had a Dawn Trail taco on the FF14 cafe menu. I don't think anyone that worked on that menu has ever seen a taco in their life. Like it was not Mexican food. It was not at all. But other than that, I don't know. I don't even know if I'd miss Italian. There's so many Italian restaurants.
Oh yeah, this is weird. it's almost like they go to roll the burrito and they go sushi, right? So the meat is in one long plank and the topping has its own layer. Like it's like burritos are layered, and it's fun when like there's kind of more sour cream on one side than the other. So you're kind of doing that like
Oh yeah,
back and forth like down your ways. But yeah, some of these pictures are cursed.
Yeah. We ended up getting the themed buns that looked like Fat Cat and Chocobo, which did make us feel very
buns are good.
guilty when we were eating them because you were eating the face of a Chocobo. But they were good. They were good ass bao buns. The taco looked horrific. Oh, pizza. The pizza there looked weak. There was pizza a lot of places, and at no point did I think I should get that pizza. It did not look great.
More of like a flatbread kind of thing?
No, I mean it was a round pizza. It just looked anemic. Like, a lot of places just didn't look particularly great. But other than that, man, I don't know. I could totally live in Japan. Could 100% live in Japan. But that was it. I was like, pizza and Mexican. I was like, I know how to make Mexican. If I miss Mexican, I can just make as long as I can find tortillas, because I ain't making tortillas from scratch. I'm too lazy.
Oh my god, that's an undertaking.
I can make a pretty damn good taco. So, and speaking of pizza, Armadillo asked, Papa John's or Pizza Hut? Pizza Hut all day.
I guess Papa John's
all day, every day.
But I haven't had one of those since like a pizza work day when I was doing data entry. So 2013, I think, was the last Papa John's I had. My last Pizza Hut would have been like the grade school thing where like you got your personal pan for getting good grades.
Book It?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love Book It. Oh man. Yeah, my answer is honestly Domino's. It's like my go-to when I need just quick, easy pizza. But I personally really like Pizza Hut. Katie hates it, so we almost never get it. Pizza Hut is my go-to order when Katie's out of town without me. The like night one, no Katie, it is always Pizza Hut. And then I have it for lunch for like the next 2 days. Papa John's I have a weird relationship with. I think it kind of tastes bad, but I'm very nostalgic for it because that was the pizza my high school served.
Yeah, it's the pizza of all the like dances or anything you ended up in as a function.
Yeah, I think their marinara blows. Like it's way too sweet, but there's something intensely nostalgic about its flavor that if I'm at a party and they have Papa John's, it's a strained hell yeah for me, dog.
My D&D table in my 20s was fueled entirely on Little Caesars. And
oh shit, yeah. Dude, no, yeah, Little Caesars like kept me alive at my brokest.
But my brain cannot handle these prices. Like it's like every time I see Subway and I just think $5 footlongs and then I'm instantly shocked and appalled. Little Caesars has upped their price and I just can't handle it. Like it just makes no sense to me.
Yeah. Yeah, no, with pizzas has just gone up so much. I'm just at the point where I mostly just go to the local New York spot. You know, there's a mom and pop joint around the corner that does New York style, and it's very good. And that's you know, it's like $17 for a large, and it's like, well, with the prices of everything, it's like this is just kind of barely an upcharge over chains. So we buy the pizza dough. Trader Joe's has a good pizza dough, and then you just let the kids beat the shit out of it. It's going to go in the oven anyway. You know, it's going to be cleansed in fire. You let them have at it. I really like doing a cast iron pizza at home. You bust out the cast iron, and so it comes out almost like a bit like a kind of like a Pizza Hut pan pizza, not like full on Chicago style deep dish, but like, you know what I'm talking about, like a pan pizza.
Yeah. You're pan with the edge. Yeah.
Yeah, it gets kind of pillowy. I really like it. It's my personal favorite way to do pizza at home, because if you're for me, if you're going to try and make a thin pizza, I'm always disappointed if it doesn't end up approximating a New York slice, and you just can't get that at home. So I'd rather intentionally make a thicker pizza at home.
Or just get weird, like, you know, just drizzle sour cream on it or whatever. Like, just don't call it a pizza anymore. Have fun with your flatbread. I like having fun with flatbread.
I do. We get the pre-made naan that you can just like buy in the bread aisle at the grocery store.
Yeah, naan's fun.
That's what we make our flatbreads on. That's a big lunch for me when we're trying to keep the calories low. I'll do a naan flatbread for lunch with leftover chicken. So yeah.
We do naan circles. What do you naan rounds? I think they're called.
The little ones that are good for like dipping in hummus and kind of stuff.
Yeah, exactly. You know what we use them for? That's a Lunchable right there. It goes in the lunchbox for the kids.
Oh shit! Yeah,
it's a pizza Lunchable. But it's naan bread.
I have extreme nostalgia for my mom used to make pizzas for me on English muffins.
Oh, dude, yeah, bagel pizzas in the oven.
She would have the English muffin. And she'd do marinara cheese. And if we had some like salami or something in the drawer, she'd throw a little bit of that on there. And she learned it from I had a kid's like learn to read Ninja Turtles book. And at the very end, there was a recipe for English muffin pizzas.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, and she would just toast them in the morning, throw them in a Ziploc, and it'd be cold by the time I had it. But it was good eating. Extreme nostalgia for that shit.
After a night of...
Oh my God, Dice Tomato's talking about that kid's book right now. I had that book. help teach me to read.
Well, you know, when pizza's on a bagel, you can have pizza anytime.
Damn straight. I still love a bagel bite. Bagel bites are good. They are all right. And then Crit, the final question that I pulled. You can feel free to keep adding questions, y'all. We can just load them into the first episode of the year. But Crit says, with Fate of the Old Republic announced and definitely coming before 2030, any plans to play through some of the stories in SWOTOR or even KOTOR 1 and 2? No plans, but I definitely would like to.
Plans till 2030. Well, I guess I have some.
Between now and 2030, there's a high likelihood of that happening.
I honestly have no idea how they would stream. It's kind of
Oh, go ahead.
It's kind of my thought on like BioWare. Some of those fights are really boring and crunchy if you're not in the driver's seat. And even more so as a watcher, I think it'd be pretty easy to get bored during a Dragon Age or a KOTOR. But maybe not. Like maybe just set it to normal difficulty and just plow ahead and don't really think about it too much. I mean, everything's kind of auto battling anyway. Those
games for me would be intensely about the dialogue options. So yeah, I would probably rip through them on like, if they're even, do they have difficulty? I'd probably rip through them on the lowest difficulty if there's an option. Because I'm just there to RP.
Yeah, I very rarely do I find tactics games for story more rewarding on a higher difficulty. I've done it. I've done hard Dragon Age, but that is a slog.
Yeah. SWOTOR would be easy because it does a better job of co-oping dialogue RP than Baldur's Gate.
Most games ever, yeah, honestly. They put a lot of effort into that.
Yeah, we've talked about it before. I cannot believe BG3 didn't make more concessions for dialogue optioning together, but SWOTOR does a really good job with it. There's tons of quests where it doesn't take into account, particularly if it's like a class-specific quest, but all the quests that you can do together, if I remember correctly, it kind of like rolls a dice with whose selection gets chosen. And it's pretty cool. It's like you're interjecting into the conversation. But yeah, for KOTOR, I have no idea. My only thing with KOTOR specifically is I would want to kind of hold out and see what the hell ever comes of that remake that they say is still being worked on. Because I've never beaten KOTOR. I tried one all the way back when iPads were like new and exciting, and I had one, and they put KOTOR out on the iPad. That is a terrible way to play KOTOR. I do not recommend it. But it's pretty old and janky. I would not mind a slightly spruced up way to play that game.
I like it. But you know, the toughest thing about those old KOTORs is you just need to not press any buttons to have a good time. And I don't think that's what most gamers are looking for in a RPG. You want to feel a little more involved, but you kind of just queue up 3 things, and then maybe if you're feeling like advanced, switch to another party member and queue up their next 3 things, and then sit back and watch. Nowadays, we have so many sit back and watch games.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, that sounds pretty chill to me, though. I could get into that. It's just, they look kind of rough for a OG Xbox era game. Slap a new coat of paint on there. Come on, what are we doing? It makes me angry when I think about it. It's like you would just make money. Do you not like making money? Don't you want to make money? Just put out a updated version of KOTOR.
Who knows, man? Like there could be someone at Disney or BioWare or EA or any sort of tape going on there that's just stopping.
Yeah, Disney does not seem easy to work with. But hey, 2026 is coming, dude. We'll just generate a KOTOR remake.
Make
her
put
it on Disney Plus.
Good times. Well, I got my sister's on the way over here, so it's time for me to be heading on out, to be moseying on the podcast highway.
We talked about no less than 7 different brands of pizza. I am starving, so I am down with this.
Sounds good,
folks. Thank you again for another amazing year. As we mentioned earlier, it was rocky at a couple points on YouTube, so we legitimately appreciate your support, whether it's monetary or you just tell a friend to watch us. Thank you so freaking much for another year. We have one more stream for you before we leave, so please tune in tomorrow, December 23rd, at the time of recording this. We're starting at noon, so we're going to be streaming all day, starting with Expedition 33, and then we're going to be hanging out with Joe Cat and Jesse playing Final Fantasy 14 that night, because we're streaming all day for our annual end of year charity stream, doing that Extra Life charity for our local children's hospital in Gainesville. So come on by. We'll be here all day, and we will need your energy. So
it's going to be a good time.
Come watch us get our asses kicked in Expedition 33, and then probably laugh our asses off hanging out with Joe and Jesse in Final Fantasy 14. Also, see, might be the last podcast of the year, but not going to treat it any different. Shout out to our patrons supporting us over at supportourbromance.com. And extra special shout out to Yo Sarah and Michael R for signing up, our latest patrons at the time of recording, and of course our legendary level backers. Big shout out to Sean B, Lost Mythics, Zervon, Composite, Jedi, Bloodsy Von Snugglegore, Vane, Shinny Geo, Jerry T, Sean and Jen, Vernacular Ham, Brahm, Vasilius, Main Tank Maisie, Pins and Needles, Dreadnought, and Catwolf. Thank you for your generous support. Other than that, we're on social. I'm a Garrett Art. He's a Kyle Ferguson. We're on the blue site and the previously blue site. Go give us a follow. Oh, we're on TikTok now. Kyle, what's my TikTok?
What is your TikTok? Isn't it just like Garrett or something like that? I don't think you
couldn't get Garrett. You kidding
me?
Well,
not, but
Garrett Creates. Follow me on TikTok because we are posting shorts from our streams over there. Yo, I'm over 300 followers.
Well done.
Hell yeah. Our latest clip is approaching 10,000 views.
All right.
Hell freaking yeah.
Going viral.
Let's go.
It's about the mega viral now.
They didn't like the prostitute clip. So go watch the short where Kyle is explaining collecting cards from prostitutes in The Witcher to me.
Oh, sure. Well, that happens sometimes.
Yeah, that one languished on the TikTok algorithm.
Ooh, good use of language.
So, yeah. I'm not your kindergartner.
You don't need
to compliment my
sometimes
diction.
it's just like words, man. It's a fun word. It's just excited.
Oh, hell frickin' yeah. But thanks, everybody. Have a happy new year. Merry Christmas. Whatever you celebrate, enjoy it. Take it easy. Don't drink too much Goldschlager. We'll see you in 2026. GG.
Take care and happy new year.
Hell frickin' yeah. Chat. Thank you. We've got some thanks to Dish. I'll try and get it out real quick so Kyle can go say, hey, how you doing to his sister. What the frick did we miss? KOTOR right now. Thank you for the super. Guy who works at my local game store started his Final Fantasy marathon and has been playing 2 recently. I recommended y'all's channel to him, only to find out he had already been watching.
Excellent.
We're getting out there.
All right.
Dude, I had to YouTube something related to Final Fantasy IV the other day. I don't even remember what it was anymore. think I was looking up one of those optional dungeons that we did. So I was like, I had a question about it or something. And we were the first thing to pop up on YouTube.
Nice.
And I'm like, hell yeah. I don't think anyone's actually searching for Final Fantasy IV, but if they do, they will definitely find us.
Not a lot of playthroughs probably happening of those old games, but yeah, nice.
Yeah. Yeah, and I was already in a logged out window because I was, I do all of my Christmas shopping in incognito because we share laptops in this house.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, so it wasn't even logged in because sometimes it'll show you your own stuff when you're logged in. Oh, random Redshirt on Twitch. Thanks for the 41-month streak.
Heck yeah! Thank you.
My God, that is bonkers. Divinity Original Sin is supposed to be co-op.
It is
co-op.
Divinity is very much a similar.
Do they have I've never played it with another person, but do they make any concessions for dialogue together?
Not really.
Just like BG3.
No. We would send in the negotiator, which was Kristen, because she had all the charisma. So she would just walk in front at all times to make sure that if someone jumped out and was like, "Let's talk about things," she was the one to talk to them. But in those, and same with BG3, you're supposed to be the characters interacting with the world, and they expect you to communicate to everybody else what you learn. So you're going to have a completely incomplete experience in BG3 or Divinity Original Sin because you walk into town and then everybody just disperses in all directions.
Scatter.
I go over here. And John would always go find a fight somewhere and get himself in terrible trouble. And we'd all have to be like, I need to get out of my dialogue and come find you. and then you can redo talks. Like you could then go over to that person they talked to and get a similar cutscene. Maybe things have advanced, but usually they'll feed you the same similar lines. And then you meet as a party and role play if you want. You can LARP at your computers, your information exchange.
That makes sense. Okay. Yeah, because we did play a little BG3 together, and that's how we ended up playing. Was I think sending me ahead because I had more Riz than you.
Yeah,
but yeah, I was really hoping that was going to be an update to the game at some point, but they never really improved that.
No, and
such a grump. It's so specific, but I'm like, come on! Haven't you ever played D&D with more than one person? People want to interject and get in there.
Yeah, it's so hyper specific for people who want to glue each other to each other, but that's how Kristen and I would play it too. I think it's a very common play experience, but I also respect them being treat it like a digital tabletop and don't treat it like a co-op game.
Yeah. Lunny, missed your 24-month message earlier. Thank you for thanking us for 2 years of funny and memorable content. We'll try to be funny and memorable.
Thank you for joining us.
Even if sometimes it's because you didn't like my take or my
there are many reasons.
Ability in a video game.
Many reasons to be memorable after all.
If I can't be famous, I'll be infamous. Jeremy, thanks for the 37 months. Set to another year of mostly lurking. Hell yeah. I hope you're comfortable.
Thanks for lurking.
Fjord Explorer said 41 months. Here's to another great 12 more. All right, we're going to hold you to that. When you're 53 months in, you have to unsub.
Oh,
I don't make the rules.
More means, could be more.
I think it's here's to the next year, but
yeah.
I see what you're going for. Catwolf said, I'm finally awake during the day. Your thoughts have helped me so much to making the long nights go by faster. Hope you have an amazing holiday. You too, Catwolf. Thanks for holding it down and hanging with us for so freaking long.
Yeah, thanks for the support.
Alyssa said, Death to Chronos. I can't encourage you guys enough to play Hades 2. It's so good. It will happen.
I know. It's so it's just guilty at this point.
It is. Yeah. No, it's the developers who are wrong. I am rejecting my own guilt by blaming them for early access.
Yeah, how could they kill their own hype?
Or roast their own hype. They did it. They ate their own tail, and that tail was hype. Darshan, 30 freaking months, my God, said, highly recommend Ghost of Yote. Might be good for a solo stream. They gave Hokkaido so much love. It is now on my bucket list of places to go. It's at the top of the list for us for our next Japan trip, which I declared to Katie 2026 is going to be very hard because she is dead set on going to Hokkaido in winter, which means we're not going to Japan next year because we would have.
Oh yeah, because it'd be winter. Yeah.
Yeah. Unless, hey Kyle, do you mind if I just like pop over to Japan for half of January?
Oh, you mean this upcoming January?
Yeah. What if I just disappeared for?
If you pull that off,
month?
like you're just passionate, and I would not stop you. Like you're just like, well, shit. Like that's how this guy wants to live his life. Like, who am I to get in the way?
The internet was great while we were there, so I was like, "Ooh, I could do a month in Japan." Except I would miss my dogs. I would freaking miss my dogs. Crit said, nobody asked. My award for best solo Garrett stream goes to Pokemon Soul Silver, and best Kyle solo stream goes to Hollow Knight with Mr. Bones.
Thank you.
Thanks, Crit. Thanks for watching the solo streams. Mir, thanks for the gem of super earlier. I swear they rebalanced Aromas on the Pixel Remaster. When I beat the game on SNES, the bosses guarding the moon weapons gave me a really hard time, whereas you rocked them, but then I one-shotted Zeromus. Well done.
Interesting.
Yeah, this is the thing. Like, I really can't get a barometer for if the SNES version was easier or harder because I'm getting mixed messages from like everybody. Maybe you just accidentally had the right strategy.
I feel like something's wrong. I feel like the Fiends were supposed to still have their core mechanic. I get why you can't because we didn't have Kane, so you can't do some of the mechanics, but that just felt off. Why would we fight them again without them doing the things they taught us?
Yeah, that was bizarre. That was a weird one, man. And yeah, I've got the cart and I've got a SNES. I still haven't found a CRT that I like, but I really want to boot it up. The problem is that's so deep. I basically got to rebeat the game.
Yeah, the whole game, absolutely.
So I'm like, maybe we do a little round action so I can like 4x that shit. Just like go. But because I'm horribly curious. I liked 4 enough. I see myself returning to it at some point. And by the end, I was just like, I had accepted my reality with active time battle. So, also, I loved my own personal like favorite little moment of the year was last Thursday when you were like, "Here, man, you're faster with ATV. You need to do Zeromus." Like. Me just having this being the guy that was just like, I don't prefer this way of playing, to just being like, but I have accepted it and I have tried my best to find a way to get good at it.
If only you'd thrown the controller aside. So uncivilized.
Thank you for letting me have that moment. Christopher Clayton said some tales are connected. Most aren't. Okay. That's like Final Fantasy.
Indeed.
Zephyr, thanks for becoming a member on YouTube. Appreciate you. I think there's a re-up. You've been a member before. The blues always throw me for a loop. The blues look so familiar. But yeah, well, we're going to let Kyle get out of here. We'll see you tomorrow. Noon. Be here or be without people dying horribly to Simon.
If it happens, that stream is at noon, and then the Final Fantasy 14 starts at 7 p.m. For those wondering in the chat. We'll see you then.
Yes. See you then, everybody.
Bye.